Okay, I'm starting. We started. It started.
Okay. Yeah, so apparently in this movie, Robert Pattinson voices the Heron,
Oh,
and he does like the most like gremlin sounding voice. And
okay.
I was reading an article and he apparently was like, super jazzed up about like the auditions,
Uh-huh.
and he like recorded a bunch of like stuff on his phone, and he was like so excited for it.
That's
And
kind
I'm
of
like, that's
adorable.
kind of adorable. Not gonna lie.
That's kind of adorable.
But yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like reading an
Have you
article
guys ever
about it
heard the
because
story
yeah.
about Robert Pattinson and the clown?
I don't think so.
You, cause
It does not sound
you don't know
familiar.
that story? Okay, so Robert Pattinson apparently told this story on some like talk show, I don't know, the Today Show, something like that. Pretty early in his career, he told this story. He went on like for an interview and he talked about how when he went to the circus as a kid, a clown died. And so he tells this
Oh my
yeah,
God.
and so he tells this story about, how this I don't know, affected him as a kid or whatever about this clown having like a heart attack at the circus and stuff like that. And then years
Oh
later
God.
in his career, he's just like, yeah, I just made that up.
What?
Excuse
Yeah.
me? Maybe he just thought he was never like, no way am I ever going to be famous enough
No,
that
I
people
think
are going to like I'm just
I,
going to be a
yeah.
blip in the public
No,
eye.
I mean, I think
And
he said he just didn't know what to talk about, so he decided to make something up. So,
So
like,
insane.
honestly,
seriously?
Unhinged, but
yeah,
wonderful.
honestly, that's why I love Robert Pattinson. He's kind of insane.
So I feel like there's like a
My goodness.
positive trend line, a positive correlation. As time goes on, my love for Robert Pattinson increases. I don't know if my camera,
Hmm.
I'm up. It goes up. I don't know which way.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, not that way, but go on.
like so, like oh, like this is I don't even know, man. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
Um I'm confusing myself. Anyway, yeah, Robert Pattinson is he's pretty awesome. But also in general, I do really want to see this new Studio Ghibli movie because apparently it's really good. I mean, they're always good, so like that's not a surprise, but yeah. But I think it's in theaters and like man, I don't even like go to the movies anymore. The last movie I saw in the movie theater was Frozen 2.
Yeah, I've only seen one movie
Then the
since.
pandemic.
Yeah. I've seen one movie in theaters since Frozen 2. So I'm not that far removed from you.
I mean, the last movie I
Okay,
saw
so
was the
we're
Barbie
kind of
movie,
in
so
Well, that's this year. That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
I saw the D&D movie, and that's the only movie I've seen in theaters since Frozen 2.
I was gonna ask if it was
Oh, did we lose them?
Oh, it seems like it because they're frozen.
Yeah, they're frozen on stream, so
Cool, 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 cool.
no doubt, no doubt. Well, oh, are you
Oh,
back?
oh.
Okay.
did I don't even know if y'all heard that
No.
or if it was already like cut.
I don't know what we would have heard.
You
You'd have to tell
you just
us.
froze. We don't know what.
Okay. I was like, where am
Oh, yeah,
I?
no, that did
Okay.
not come through.
No, no, that did not come through.
Well, now it did from me just now.
Mm-hmm.
I also
One,
put on some makeup today, and we'll see if My eyes get swollen from, my issue I've been dealing with, so hopefully not.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I hope not
Cross.
too.
I mean, like, so far so good. But I do have a makeup smudge right now. It looks like a freckle, but it's not.
It looks like a freckle. Oh, a makeup
Yeah, I had a
smudge.
smudge.
Oh, I thought you said a makeup smudger. Like that was the like a. I
No,
don't
I
know.
do have that.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with how this makeup came out, though. I'm like, oh no, I dropped something.
I don't.
It's just, yeah, I got 3 hours of sleep last night. Then I had to wake up super early for my doctor's appointment. By the way, I got a good grade in diabetes, so that's good.
Congratulations.
Then
A
I came
good
back.
grade in diabetes?
I got a good grade in diabetes.
Okay, good.
My
Glad.
endocrinologist says he's proud of me.
Good.
My A1 was 6.5.
Yay.
Nice.
I'm gonna assume that's a yay since you got a good grade.
I got a good grade in diabetes, yes. Yeah, and then I came home, did a past life regression therapy, and
What?
so
Sure.
about my day.
Yeah, I know what that means.
It's
100%.
been a day.
I'm.
Yeah, it's like some kind of meditation thing. So I was like, okay, cool. Like this is something I've been wanting to try, or I just fall asleep and nap, and either way, win-win. I didn't fall asleep though.
Past. Did
Uh,
you? Does that mean you're regressing into your past life? Like,
Yeah,
I was a
I
princess
think,
in my
right?
past life.
No,
Like,
yeah,
like
it's
you just kind of.
like a hypnosis, like meditation
uh
thing,
huh.
and like.
Yeah, I have heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, even if it didn't like work, it was very calming and relaxing. Um, anyway,
You.
I think I found out about a past life, and now I'm doing a deep dive to see if I can find
Okay.
out more. It's been, I don't know. It's just
Uh
Interesting.
huh.
it's a time. Reiterating again, I got 3 hours of sleep last
Yeah, it
night. So
sounds like it.
All right.
I mean, I
yeah,
guess, considering my dad was convinced that he was a serf in a past life, and I guess I have to believe in everything. Have I told you the surf story before? I feel like I have.
I have heard the
Yeah,
surf story
so.
before. It's just I don't know if I full remember all the details, but
Yeah, no, when my dad was 4 years
I
old,
do
he
remember
used
it.
to have these complex, recurring dreams about being a serf in feudal, I don't know, Europe, um, who was in love with the princess, um, or a noble woman, I don't remember exactly, uh, and but they couldn't be together because he was a lowly servant. And the fact that a 4 year old knows what a serf is the suspicious part of this, Because, I didn't know what a serf
yeah.
was as a 4 year old. I don't even entirely know what it is now.
I don't think I knew what a surf was until we played that like monster dating game.
There were serfs in
Because like
that?
yeah, doesn't like one of them who's like kind of like she's like the rich bitch and she has like a bunch of serfs or
I,
whatever and like she
um,
mistreats them or whatever. I don't
entirely
know.
possible. I do not remember.
Do not remember.
I can't remember the
Sounds like
characters.
something that she would have done. I just don't remember the word serf, but it's entirely possible.
Yeah, she like talked about her
Um,
serfs and stuff.
all right.
But yeah, I didn't know what that was until I was in my late 20s. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about playing some D&D?
Woo!
Well,
Cool. All right. Well, last time you guys did some deep diving into the archives. We retconned a lot. We flashbacked a lot. Uh, and you guys did learn um some information. So you guys are here at the Way of Stone, and you are actually specifically here
oh, in the library.
at the Mesa. I
Ah,
started you at the door so you guys can walk in. Um,
I guess those are the paintings.
Yeah, I I know because I used your new map
I
thing,
see that. I
and I
recognize
used
the flooring.
Dungeon Alchemist.
Yeah.
Um, and I know that you can transfix paintings in
Mm-hmm.
there because I did that. But then for it to work well on Roll20 with a
It's
top-down
sideways, so
view,
it doesn't.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, I'm sad now because I was very excited about
Yeah.
that, and then so I was like, well, I'm gonna put them in there anyway. Um, so yeah, those are paintings on the wall. Um, and if you just go like behind there's a staircase, like a grand staircase that goes
Mm-hmm.
upwards. Um, and if you go behind there, there's a door. You guys can just take that. If you just follow it down, you'll get to the library, and that's what somebody tells you when you walk in.
Ooh.
Um, and but you can see that there's also this like wrought iron door, so it's like open on the right, and there is uh, a um, a greenhouse where you can see a bunch of the UVBs are hanging out, and uh, yeah, you guys can
Interesting.
move yourself. You guys can move yourself all the way back to the library.
I'm gonna send Monty in there to roam and soak up some rays.
I just kind of want to see it so that it's showing on
Oh, go for
screen.
it.
So okay, we got garden. I don't think Estrella necessarily explored the garden, but you put
But you
this effort
can,
in. So if anybody else explores the
yeah,
garden, Estrella needs to see it so the screen can see it. Um, ooh, you use the big
yeah,
plants. I never use the big plants.
yeah.
Oh my God! Wait, is that the corpse flower in the upper left-hand square?
Uh,
I thought it was a rafflesia or whatever.
yeah, that is the corpse flower. This is the
Oh,
same
they.
thing.
Oh.
So then yes, I,
Hell yeah.
I, this is generated. I didn't pick the specific plants, but I
Oh.
like it. It happened like I generated a couple of different times because you can like just randomize it a
Mm-hmm.
bunch, and this was the first one that had like plots. So like imagine that mixed in with some of these cool, but these
What
look
setting
cool.
did you
So like
use to get plots generated? Was it like garden or whatever? In like a
it's a greenhouse.
oh, that must
It's
be
a green,
a new thing because I don't think that
but
was an
like
option
you
before.
can because you can
Yeah,
refresh.
yeah, I know that, but I
Yeah,
don't
it was
remember
just it popped
greenhouse
up.
being an option for a room. But maybe I just
I think it might be in the
maybe
or
because I
a
remember
set
garden.
of
I just don't remember greenhouse. Hello.
um hey.
I mean, they did an update recently, so maybe it was part of the update, or maybe I just never noticed. It's entirely possible. But that's cool. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. So,
So
I mean,
yeah,
imagine that there are like fruit trees in
mm-hmm.
here as well, and
Yeah,
like not just these giant, you know,
Rafflesia.
Rafflesia and Venus
Yeah.
flytraps.
So
Um,
yeah, Dungeon Alchemist is cool. I
yeah.
like it.
But yeah, so I was like, I know I could probably customize this more, but
Eh,
honestly, this looks kind of cool, so
yeah,
I'm leaving
yeah. When it
it.
works, it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool.
where's the is it through here that we're supposed to go? Where or because there's
Yeah,
another
behind
door
the
over here.
stairs.
So okay,
Through the paint.
okay,
That is, if you were to walk past, or I mean, if you were to open the door, um,
okay.
like you can open the door actually if you want. There,
Okay.
it's just a wooden
There's
door.
another door in here.
It's not
So
marked.
many doors. Well, I just I
You
It's
can
a
poke your head in
maze.
places.
yeah, I don't know that Estrella would, but she's gonna. She doesn't like it here, but she wants to know what's around.
Uh, the
Is
door,
this a
and you notice the
pantry?
door is unlocked. Yeah, it is.
Is there
So
anything to
remind me.
steal? Like, if the doors are
Like
unlocked.
what?
I don't know. What's in here? What's in the pantry? Is
Flour, sugar. It's like a lot of. It's just a lot of the like
nothing
raw.
bug related. Good, good.
No.
Rebecca, you can't take any flour with us. Not if it's wheat flour.
Is
Zahara
is
has celiac.
okay.
Zahara has celiac.
Zahara is a
No.
lizard, So I feel like you already have some sort of lizard,
dragon.
whatever, you know.
There
Like,
are
they don't eat
lizard folk.
flour anyway. um,
I want to be a lizard folk, and I'm gonna be a wizard.
lizard, yeah.
The lizard wizard.
Wizard.
Oh,
Yes.
ooh, it's warm. Hello?
My name will
Is
be
anyone
Gizzard.
around?
Oh, I didn't populate people. I was having a real hard time aligning this map to the grid. And so
yes.
I
Wait, you can. There's a. Oh wait, no, you. Sorry, I totally forgot because I have. I may have updated. Like I upgraded to the fancy version, just so that I don't have to do that. Just so it does it on its own.
I know that there's a script
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, it's so nice, and I forgot that it's not part of the. Like I forgot that's why I pay $100 a year, but.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
per year, though, and we use this a lot, so, you know, and it saves me time. It does all of the dynamic lighting for me. It's wonderful. But,
Oh,
Yeah.
actually.
yeah,
that's
like, it
quite nice.
puts all of the, like, windows and doors in, and all of the, yeah, it
I
does
have
all
been
of
muted
that.
this whole time.
You were
No.
very quiet.
Hey.
You tried so hard.
Yeah, I mean, you disappeared for a moment, like
Yeah.
you turned
I was
your camera
adjusting a setting on my computer and like my actual monitor, so I like pulled it out. So I paused my video, but I was just saying something and I was like, no one's listening to me at all.
We never listen to you. Just kidding. You're the person we probably listen to most, honestly.
It's definitely not the first time that you said that too, where you're like, oh, I was like talking, and then nobody was responding, and then I realized I was muted.
Yeah.
That's
I
not.
thought I was muted like in Skype. I was like, my mic is lit up. What's happening?
Wait, Rebecca, does the Dungeon Alchemist script, like, combine, does that also, like, the fire in that forge would be moving? Like it is on Dungeon Alchemist?
No.
Like, are surfaces transcribed?
No, it will do lighting, like it'll add the lights where your lights are, but
Oh, okay, that's nice.
but for movement, that's I've never tried because you'd have to have
Okay.
the way that would work is it wouldn't be a image, it would have to be like a GIF or something. I don't really know exactly how
Right.
that, a video, something. So that's like a little more complicated. So I don't know if that's an option, but I know that Roll20 has the option of like moving maps, and it requires scripting, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think that's the default, so no. Would be cool, wouldn't it, though? Maybe someday I'll figure
Yeah.
that out. Actually, you know what I could do? I just figure out how I could figure it out. I could create a GIF.
You just figured out how to figure it out.
Like if I created a GIF of just a part of the map by just recording my screen, and then I just plop the GIF in there, then there it is. So it wouldn't be automatic. That's just a thing I thought of if I really wanted something moving to look cool. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but because it would.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You know, for getting you on
Yeah.
the
Thank
idea.
you.
Inspiring the
Yes,
idea.
yes.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Anyway,
I'm gonna take credit for it.
well, you did inspire me. I'll give you that. Andrew, yes. Well, we've had dynamic lighting this whole time. We're exploring Dungeon Alchemist, which is the program that Sienna made this map in, which is the program I've been using for the last, I don't know, year or so, year and a half maybe. I don't remember when it came out. Which is a very cool map making program that auto generates rooms for you, but then you can like adjust them and stuff. But like it'll auto populate them, so it like saves a lot of time for map building. But you can like create some very cool maps with it. Anyway, just to answer his question.
Remind me, last time we went to the library and we were doing stuff there, right? So, and that's where we are now. So, just for
This is-
continuity purposes,
This
did we
is
go
the
to the
ma-
library?
This
Okay.
is the Mesa.
The Mesa is the like government
the, like-
office, right, or whatever.
Yeah, is like where
City
they like,
Hall.
and if you
Ish.
essentially, and where you see they have like a giant pantry of like food making things. There's did you go in the door that's in the greenhouse?
Oh, there was a door in
The
the
other door?
greenhouse? No.
There was.
Oh.
It's not.
Well, hold on.
Zahara
I'll come.
could
Well,
get-
yeah, but that doesn't show on the.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
So-
No one else will see it.
Oh, I'll come
Well, then it would
back.
be our little secret.
I'm coming. Oh, there are. You did populate it.
I did now.
Oh.
I just did that. I'm working on it.
golden
Is this more
foods.
food?
It's a
It's a
yeah,
lot
it's a
of
big
leaks.
kitchen.
It's a little leaky in here.
Is it? Is it? I honestly did not look at what was
It's
on the
very-
tables.
A little leaky in here.
There's also a lot of bread.
Yeah.
Oh no, flour.
But anyway, so
There are those actually
So wait, is
leaks?
this a
I
separate
think
place
so,
from the bar?
aren't they? What else would
Yeah,
they
they
do?
are.
This part of this place.
Yeah.
and there were people in the greenhouse too. I'm populating things now.
Where'd I go?
Estrella's just running around the entire building.
Sprinting. Busting down doors.
Gotta work on my cardio.
In those 6-inch stilettos.
Yeah, you know. Estrella's got some strong calves, I bet.
I like to imagine Estrella as just like this like skinny, not a little, but like I guess like skinny tiefling, and then these just like monstrous calves.
I like it.
Calves for
I think
days.
that tracks.
Shan, you've watched Harley Quinn, right?
I am not caught up. I still
No,
have to
it's I think from what you've seen.
Okay.
The Riddler in that hamster wheel.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I was trying to be as cryptic as possible to see if in case it was what you hadn't or wasn't
yeah,
something
I
you'd seen.
That now. Did I tell you that Christian Shaw apparently like visited Jenkinson's aquarium? Like
No,
the
I don't
voice
think
of
he
Harley.
did.
Yeah, the voice of Harley Quinn
That's
visited
Kaylee
Jenkins.
Cuoco.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I mixed them up because they both have kind of like that like kind of high shrill voice. Like Kaylee Cuoco did. Yeah, Kaylee Cuoco. I'm thinking
Oh,
like
cool.
Christian Shaw is the one who does Louise from Bob's Burgers, right?
I don't know that name.
She does what?
I don't know that name either.
Louise.
Wait,
from
what did
Bob's Burgers?
Louise? Oh wait, what's
No.
the name?
Christian Shaw? Or what am I?
Oh, I thought you were saying Kaylee Cuoco. I was like, absolutely not. I don't know her name, but I know what she looks like.
Hold on. I need to.
To your face.
Yeah. So, okay, I am always mixing up Christian Shaw and Kaylee Cuoco, like, because they
Interesting.
both voice kind of like those characters that kind of have
They
like
look
that.
nothing alike.
Yeah,
No, I'm not talking about.
I
how they
know
look.
what both of them look like.
Voices.
Although I
I'm
didn't
talking
know the
about their
one's name.
voices, because like
It's
they
funny because I feel like Kristen Shaw's not like a household
Yeah,
name.
Kaylee Cuoco,
Yeah,
because
I
she was
didn't
in
know
Big
her
Bang
name.
Theory, is someone that a lot of
Yeah.
people know. Like, I know who that is.
Oh,
Yeah, she's.
I mean, I know Big Bang. I don't care.
Well,
about
neither
Big
do
Bang,
I,
but,
but
She's just like
she's
a more.
known person.
Kristen Shaw is more of a voice actress, whereas Kaylee Cuoco, you see her in
She was
stuff.
also in the Priceline. She still actually, I think, does Priceline commercials.
True.
But Kaylee Cuoco also does voice acting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't know
not
that.
as much as.
I don't know either of these names. I mean, I know as voice actors, I didn't know. I know Kelly Cuoco from Big Bang Theory, but and
Yeah.
Priceline.
Well, she also has I think it's Kaylee Cuoco who also voices Sarah Lynn from BoJack Horseman.
I don't
But-
know. I've never watched BoJack Horseman.
BoJack. Let me just double check that.
I watched like 5
Um,
shows.
Yeah, so you guys are in this building while you're looking that up. And you see that, yeah, there's just like You see that there's like a big forge here where uh, they're making some weaponry,
Oh, I left
some
again.
tinkering going
Okay,
on.
I'm coming back. She's coming back.
That's okay.
Where am I
I'm just
going?
listing the things.
Huh?
I was listing. I'm just
Oh,
listing
okay.
things that are
I
in
came
here. You've
back.
already been.
No,
There's a
Sarah
big
is also
pantry.
kitchen shop.
There's
God,
a
I
big
like.
kitchen, with stairs that go up to the next level. Um, there was a next level, of course, in the front. Stairs that go up, and then you go to the back down the hall, and there's a big library. And something that you do notice is that none of the doors were locked.
Yeah, of course. I. This is not a place for me. I don't. If they have nothing to hide, then what's the fun?
What an interesting life motto.
So the stuff
Um,
that we did last time with looking through the library, that's taking place like now, basically,
yes,
with the
yeah.
library. Okay.
So we ended on a roll that I made, but it wasn't. We didn't
Yeah.
find out
Um,
what came of it yet.
yeah. So you had found out that Zahara had rolled very well for like on a survival. You had gotten a nat 20 on a survival or a nature roll, and remembered that there are vent passages along the sides of the
Oh yeah.
volcano. Um, and uh, you also were able to find aerial maps of like topographical maps of um of the
Island.
of the volcano islands. Um and I can show you that now.
Wow.
So this is the map that you are you seeing the
Mm-hmm.
you seeing something new?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Um
It looks like a bean.
I guess so. Um So, but you do know that this map is not, and like the librarian that helps you find it um is is like it explains that there's uh we don't have much contact there, so this isn't completely up to date, but it's as recent as we have. Um and shows you this map.
Okay. And so are those two separate islands that are just like basically sandwiched together?
They are. There's like a very small canal. You can't see it because it's on the other side of the volcano. But you
Gotcha.
also pretend this is an actual top down, and it's got the topographical. I wasn't gonna make a real topographical map,
Why
um,
not? So lazy.
because
God,
I didn't
Sienna.
have the time.
Lazy.
I mean, I think the only one who would like get it would be.
I know how topographic.
That's
We
right,
all know how
that's
Read a
topographical maps
topographical
work.
map. It's
That
easy enough to read
that
a
came out.
topographical
Yeah.
map. So
I wouldn't appreciate it, is what you were getting
Yeah.
at.
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah.
appreciate it is the so yeah, on the other side of the volcano is there's actually a stone bridge, but it's like a constructed bridge, not naturally forming.
Okay. So one of the islands is volcanic and there's all that activity, and the other one is like.
It's just like
Thing.
solid obsidian
Yeah.
rock. And that is where you see these like compounds are, which you have like notes that are with the map, the most recent map, um, and it explains that those are like compounds of um, the people who work in the mines and the families of those people and stuff too.
This topographical map tells you about the
No, there's like a piece
oh.
with it that like because the only way that they have this information is from like spies that have been sent over, and information that has made it back. And so
Ah.
because it's a very spotty messaging and information gathering, um, there are
Right.
notes with of things that have gone on. And similarly, oh, well, first I will actually also say, you do also learn the height of the volcano, which,
How high is it?
hold on,
525,600
Minutes?
no,
Yeah.
feet would be a lot. Inches, I don't know.
for, I did look up,
When five
how,
Oh wait, 5,025,000. Yeah, that is a lot of feet.
No, it's 525,000.
Oh.
But that's
That's
a
still
lot of feet.
a significant. It's actually only like 100. Oh wait, miles. Never mind. That's 100 miles.
Yeah.
That's like we're at the moon or something. I don't know.
I don't think the moon is only 100 miles
Well,
away.
space is only 15 miles away, so I don't know.
How far away?
Have I ever told you about how in high school there was this girl in my what class was this? I think we were in a history class who was just totally like baffled by the fact that somehow it came up that space is 15 miles up. And like so we spent like a good half hour of class trying to visualize 15 miles. It was very strange.
It's just 15 minutes driving down the parkway.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
wild.
for you. I go a lot faster than that, but
So the moon is an average of 238,855 miles.
okay, that's a
so
little
to the
more
moon
than
and back,
100.
closer to the 525,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, space isn't that far away. I mean, we are in space. So,
We are in space.
I'm gonna get existential.
Anywho.
Also, it's a leap year this year.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I might amend this height.
Amends what?
I might amend this height, so I'm actually not going to. I had a height written down, but I'm rethinking it. So
Well, it's probably something that only
Oh, right.
Shannon would appreciate anyway.
yes, but I will.
69 feet.
That's a very short mountain.
Very small volcano. So you
Maybe
will
I
gain
would
that
visit a
information
volcano that was only
once I
69
have.
feet tall.
Okay, so it is X height. And
Yeah,
that's-
you will, and you will get that information when I figure out what exactly.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, and you do also learn, it's not really pictured here, but you see that there are some smaller compounds, like less frequent but actually bigger compounds on the volcanic side as well, that maybe are some sort of forge facility, or you don't really know. Actually, you would know. Literally said there were notes with it. Yeah, it's like storage and like some of the smaller mines.
Gotcha. So like the north end of Ginger Island in Stardew Valley.
Sure, I never made it to Ginger Island.
It's a fun time.
How?
I gave up. Not gave up, but I just kind of stopped before the boat. Like at the boat, it was just
Honestly, I mean,
Having a hard time.
considering I gave up as soon as I got my ostrich egg and then never hatched it, yeah.
Oh yeah, you still
Um,
can figure out how to hatch it.
I sometimes get in a Stardew kick and I start from where I currently am in a game because I want to keep going and finally get through it. So I'll
I
get there
get,
someday.
but I forced
Um,
it back down because I will
and
sleep for hours.
so just like how um uh this map came with notes, you see that a lot of the like scrolls or even the books here seem like they're made out of just like little small scraps of paper that have just been compiled over the centuries. Um, like they're really their way of getting information is really like scarce and far between, but when they get it, it usually has a great amount of detail to it. Um, so uh, that brings us to um, Estrella's role to look up the presence of the Crimson Heels.
That is what I
Any records of the Crimson Heels
did
from
do.
yeah, you did. And you find um and so you ask the librarian and they go, "Oh, yes. That's over here." And instead of a scroll or a book, they actually pull out a box.
A box.
Um like it almost looks like a file box. Um and they pull it out and they bring it over to you at a desk. Where are you guys back on the library? Um, and and says, yes, any records that we have of uh, that have pertained to this are in this box along with their original scribings.
Okay.
And you do see, like, now that she's picked up a box, you do see that, like, on the bottom level of most of these bookcases, there are similar, like, large file boxes. Um, and when she puts it down, you see that it doesn't seem like it's very heavy at all. And you file through them, and these are just some. There's more of them than this, but I gave you three to kind of give you the gist. Um,
You gave. Oh. Oh, I have to read. Sorry. Okay.
so with these,
Oh
with
god, it's long. Okay. All right. Let's see.
it's very like it's very short-handed,
Okay.
but you see that it's in three blocks, and each block of like written text comes with a literal piece of
A
rock.
pumice.
And uh, if anyone wants to give me a nature check,
Is it something other than pumice?
well, you don't know.
Wait, are they with me? I thought they were off doing their own things.
Well, yeah, they might be with you, but
No.
Zahara's gonna have to
No,
roll.
that's what I mean. Is Zahara even with me? Like, how would she make a
Oh, I
nature
mean,
check?
are you? Neither of you moved to the
I'm
into the
I'm in the
library.
library, but
Not you. I meant the other two.
yeah, but
Oh wait,
I'm well, at this
Uh,
time wasn't Zahara looking at maps and Kade? Are you even in the library? I don't remember.
I'm
Oh,
still in
yeah,
the
if
greenhouse,
you're-
but yes, my
Kate had
character-
actually been asked outside by Brax.
Yeah, so I think
By
it's
Brax,
just
yes.
me
So
looking at this,
so,
especially
yeah, I
because
mean,
you
unless
know how I am, how Estrella is. She's not
okay,
looking
so
at
yes,
this
you're
in
right.
front of other people. She's gone off into a
So,
corner alone. Like, where's there a desk? You just go find a desk in a
I'm
corner.
library, but I'm probably looking up like
There's a desk over here.
my own stuff. while you're doing
Yeah, you're
that.
looking at.
So if
Yeah.
you needed help, I'm there. But
No.
if you want to keep
Estrella,
it
here she
secret,
is. She's at this desk with this big tome in front of her, apparently.
Yeah, she puts the box down
Yeah.
there. And she says, if you need any help,
Right.
just over there.
Yes, thank you. I think I'll be quite alright. I can read a lot. Okay, so I'm supposed to make a nature check? I'm supposed to make a nature check?
Yeah, you can make a nature check.
Estrella hates nature. She got a 13.
Yeah, I figured. I would say or survival.
Yeah, I
feel
doubt
like
that's
those are
gonna be any
very-
better.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, actually, I have a 2 in survival, because I have better wisdom than intelligence, so 15.
15. Yeah, this is pumice. It's a very light stone. It's full of holes. And as you, like, you're kind of trying, there's a lot of, like, these sheets. They're, like, almost sheets of pumice. And there are a lot of them, like, in this box. The box isn't very heavy because pumice is very light. And you see, though, that, like, there's a pattern to the holes that are in this piece of pumice. And you can decipher, or actually, I mean, I guess you give me an insight check.
That I'm better at.
wait.
Okay, I'm very insightful. 26.
Damn!
It's a type of braille,
I was
essentially.
gonna say Braille! Like Pokemon!
That was where my head went too!
Like
Right,
Pokemon.
Yeah, like Gen 3, right?
Gen 3, the Reggies!
The Reggies.
Yes. The Braille!
Yeah. Wavelength, Shan, I got you.
what they're talking about.
Don't worry.
I'm so glad.
Shannon and I got each
never
other
know what
here.
anyone's talking
And
about. So
Andrew
that's
would
why-
be proud of us if he was still watching.
I'm so glad that you were
I
also
got you.
thinking
I
that.
got you.
That's
Gen 3 was my
really what
jam.
I-
That's my favorite.
Gen 3 is the jam. It's like, it's such a jam.
Is the
It is
jam.
the jam.
Alright.
Okay.
Peanut butter and jelly.
That's all I've gained from that conversation is that
Gen 3 is the jam.
jam.
Remember that, and you'll be able to have a conversation about Pokemon.
And also trumpets. Lots of
Anyway,
Lots of what?
anywho's.
trumpets.
Yeah, anyway.
Anywho, so yeah, it's a type of braille, where except it's, I guess, reverse braille, because it's like because they're holes in the pieces of pumice, but they're like very distinct and very perfect, which you can tell from the rest of the pumice, that is actually holding this like tablet together. Has the like normal crevices, but then there's this very distinct code beveled onto here.
Is it like
Okay.
common braille? Or is there braille for like each like language?
Someone could do,
Well,
but it's not. I'm equating this to braille. It's not necessarily
for blind people.
actually braille, but it's a code of some sort.
Okay.
Got
So this has nothing to do with what I'm reading. This is something on... I'm still
No,
confused.
so
Where
what
is
you-
the stone versus the stuff I'm reading?
So what you've incited is that the stone has a piece of paper on top of it with words written in common.
So there's just a stone with a piece of paper. They hand me a box that has a stone with a piece of paper in it on top.
Multiple stones with pieces of paper.
Between them.
Are
It
there
seems
scissors?
that each of these messages was originally transcribed on a piece of pumice and then was later
Oh, okay. So
transcribed
the stone says
in writing.
this on it.
These
I
things.
see. Okay. So I don't need to be able to
so,
read
like-
the braille
No.
adjacent stuff. So I just
No.
now understand why it's there. Okay.
Yeah, it was just kind of so you understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
And because there could be
Okay.
possibly something that someone would be able to, that maybe someone who had like an affinity to stone would be able to figure out about this tablet,
Right.
in which is why the tablets are kept. Like if like I don't know. I'm just saying that like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
keep
you don't
they're
just
very
throw out
litigious.
the history.
They don't have a lot of information, so when they get it, they keep it. So like
Uh-huh, yeah.
they transcribed it for easy
Yeah, I mean,
reading,
you know,
but
once
they're
they
keeping it.
translated the Rosetta Stone, I know they just tossed it in the ocean, but like that's not what
Yeah,
they're gonna do
exactly.
here.
Yeah. Did
My
they
dinner's
really
here. I'm
do
gonna
that?
grab it.
Is that
BRB.
really what happened?
No, of course that's not what happened.
I think
No,
I
the
don't
Rosetta
know.
Stone
I
is
never
in
really
some museum, probably. I don't know where it is, but I'm pretty
I
sure it
don't
still
really think about
exists.
the Rosetta
Neither.
Stone a lot, so I
Mo-
didn't really commit to
yeah,
memory
no,
what
I was
happened to the
commenting
Rosetta
that
Stone.
of course they don't just get rid of the stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Gemma, nice.
Hmm?
would you like to read this, or
Yes,
would you like
Estrella
me
will read it. This isn't. Your characters don't know this, I guess, but
No, I guess I showed it to all of you because I don't know why I assumed you were
no,
together,
of
but
course not.
I should not have
Yeah,
assumed
so
that,
your
and I'm
character
sorry.
doesn't know whatever this is. You know
Yeah,
nothing.
Shan, you don't know this stuff.
I don't know
Close
it.
your eyes. Okay. A message transcribed from the Pumice Scryers.
I love how you told me to close my eyes and you're
I know.
reading it.
I know what I said. Date received 4/26/150 AS. After. Does Estrella know what that means? Like, is that a normal dating structure in this world?
I don't think so.
Okay, after Susan.
Yeah, after Susan.
I don't know, was there someone named...
You cracked it.
Is there someone named Susan?
Think about the history of the world,
After
Rebecca. I
sleep.
guarantee you will figure it
After
out.
sleep, I figured it out. Okay.
There you
I'm
go.
smart. Okay. Envoy from Crimson Halls arrived, led by Stella. Stella.
Stellar.
Stellar, there we go. Led by Stellar Crimsonheel, Sorcerer. There's too many R's in this! Why did I give myself this accent? Met with Dinah Blackhammer, Quarry Manager, questioning time frame until Elemental Heart is unearthed. Dissatisfied with progress, Dinah and 4 miners killed. Oh, no witnesses. Mining accident. New manager, Igor Ironvein, bends knee to Crimsonheel. Horta is in pain but has communicated to us that she will protect the heart as long as she can. With the willing sacrifice of Scoria sedimenta, the heart has been encased in a thick layer of diamond. Okay, and before I go on to the next one, I want to reevaluate what that just said. So, okay, so 420, 100. So we're in year 900. No. Post sleep. Hold on. I adjusted my timeline.
I don't know that
Hold on. What?
It continues.
What?
Sleep occurred in 900 years ago. So this is like 750 years ago. Okay, got it. 750 years ago. Stellar Crimsonheel meets with Dinah Blackhammer in... Did they say, was this stuff found here or on the other island?
This doesn't explain anything about the Pumice Scryers. This is just
Okay.
information on the Crimson Heel.
Okay, so they don't know where this stuff came from.
You could ask somebody.
I feel like I would have asked somebody. Like the person who handed it to me. Why do you have this?
Yeah,
Where did
I mean,
it
you
come
could-
from? You're handing me a bunch of rocks.
Oh, well, she does. When she handed it to you, she says, "These are all of the notes we have on the Crimson Heels visiting the Black Islands."
Black Islands? Is that what?
The Dark
Oh, okay.
Islands. Sorry, that was my
Oh,
mistake.
okay.
The Dark Islands, um, uh, along with their original transcribings from the Pumice Scryers.
Okay. And okay, I'm gonna say that I had this conversation before I read it, just because I feel like I would
Yeah,
have
I figured
asked a
you
few
would.
questions upon this being handed to me.
Yeah.
So, ignoring that I've just read this, the
Yeah.
Pumice Scryers, are
Um,
they? Is that like some order you have? Do they? What are they scrying on?
of sort, they are a group of spies,
Spy
from the
scryers.
Way of Stone. Yeah,
How do you
from the Way of
how do you
Stone.
have spies if you can't lie? That feels like a very bad thing for a spy to,
You don't need to lie if you don't get caught.
That's not really that seems short-sighted. But okay, I'm not gonna anyway, so
Um, and they uh had figured they just decided to stay there full time. Some people eventually joined them, and um, although we haven't had anyone join them in a while, um,
can't imagine why. Go on.
and they send information back from
Okay. They send
whenever they
they
can.
send
They
rocks.
trans
Or
they
d-
pumice floats, so they transcribe this messages on pieces of pumice.
I see.
The heat currents from the volcano tend to send currents our way.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
so we don't get every message, and I'm sure we've lost quite a few, but um, we hope that the hope is that it gets to us, and sometimes it does, and this is what we've collected.
Huh. Rebecca thinks that's a pretty cool. Estrella
Thank
thinks
you.
that's also still short-sighted because you're missing a lot of information that way. But so I just want you to
They,
know Rebecca's thoughts are separate from Estrella's in this moment.
I know.
But uh
Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate it. Estrella,
yeah. Estrella just
screw
goes,
you.
"Uh-huh. That's still, that's just all right. I'm done with this. Let me just go read my rocks." As she goes off.
Walks away.
Yes. Um, okay, so da, 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 da. Okay, so questioning time frame until elemental heart is unearthed. Oh, okay, so Stellar is questioning the time is how long it's going to take to unearth the elemental heart. Okay, dissatisfied with progress, and then some people die. It's an accident. So new manager, Ben's neat. Yep, doesn't everybody? She's talking to herself at this point.
I love
um,
this. Um, Here, while you're real quick,
mm-hmm,
just so Kate doesn't get kept out of
mm-hmm.
this. You real quick, Braxis had asked for your help to kind of just like gauge where you guys really were because Estrella was super hostile.
Right.
I was not
And
hostile.
not
All
hostile,
I
but
said was that this place is
anyway,
short-sighted and
and asked about
concerning.
the if you needed any help because you had a glowing choker on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe you guys have actually gone to find they do have some druids here, so uh they took you over to that greenhouse in the beginning, and there's a druid that is trying to help you remove that.
Sweet.
Um So, Rebecca, if you want to finish your analysis of
Okay, water is protecting the heart. Scoria sedimenta with the willing sacrifice of Scoria sedimenta. I'm gonna guess that's probably some sort of elemental person. The heart got encased in a thick layer of diamond. Interesting. Okay. Next, have we heard about elemental hearts? That's just like part of the god? Is that no? We haven't.
You-
I couldn't
have
remember
not
whether
heard
this because I think I'm mixing it up with the thing in
yeah,
yeah
Nadpod.
Nadpod. That's where I've thought about the whatever the heart are divine hearts. That's what they're called in Nadpod.
Divine
Yeah.
Hearts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we haven't heard of this. All right. Interesting. It's capitalized. That's seems important. Okay. Date received 10/5/500 AS. So that's 500 after 900. So that's 400 years ago. Okay. Envoy from Crimson Halls, led by Astaria, Crimson Heel, Arch Sorcerer. Displeased with progress, what else is new? They are unaware we have slowed their efforts with our lives. Igor Ironvein executed. Okay, he was pretty old. Left witnesses to spread fear. New manager.
He was old. You know what? I hadn't figured out ages. Pretend that it's somebody else, but there's been a few in between. These aren't necessarily one after the other.
Maybe it's just Igor
This was-
Ironvein the fifth.
Yeah, the third.
Sure.
Let's go with the third.
Okay. Left witnesses to spread fear. New manager, Fila Firestorm. Innate sorcerer powers. Trained at Crimson Hall, so they installed their own. Interesting. Horta can only communicate her pain. They flay like meat and hammer her skin to make armor for themselves. Okay. List of those. See, and they thought it was weird when I said we were the skin thing. That's just, come on, when they're saying it themselves. List of those pomace scryers who have given their lives to guard the heart since last message. Cornelia Caverns, Dolomita Diamond, Gemma Nice.
Yeah. Thanks, Shan. You have to read all these rock puns because they're really just for Shan.
Calico
Really
Cochina.
appreciate it.
Coquina.
Basil
Basel.
Diabase. Our numbers dwindle here, but we shall I'm gonna go with persevere. That says preserver.
Oh, I spelled it wrong the first time and then just did the spell check, and it was like, yeah, you meant this word, and I was like, sure.
You didn't.
Didn't really. Yeah, it's supposed to say persevere.
Yeah. We shall preserver. Okay. 7/18/800. Okay, so this is now 100 years ago. Yes, this is 100 years ago. Okay. Nebulous Crimson Heel. Art Sorcerer accompanied by Dark Island leader Mistlin Stormbraid. Enraged by lack of progress. Ooh, we've gotten spicy. 15 killed. Oh.
We've gotten spicy.
Oh, of course, yes. Great
And
granddaddy
again, like I
is having a time.
Pretend there are a few
Granddaddy.
within here.
Right, yes.
There are a few others within here.
Yeah, I
didn't
understand
feel
how
like writing
whenever I
10.
hand you a book and I only show
Yeah,
you
it's
one
like
page,
that.
it doesn't mean there's only one page in the book. I understand. Okay.
So
Appointed new manager with help of Stormbraid. New manager Nizla Belnora. Do I recognize the name Nizla? Because Rebecca feels like that name
You
is
should.
familiar.
you should, yeah.
Hold on, do I need to open my Estrella notes? Is that where it would be? Or did we meet them during the campaign?
No. You know what? It would be in your Estrella notes because you would know this person
Hold on.
from your Estrella notes.
Okay.
But it was also brought up throughout the game
Oh, it was.
as something else.
Wait, she's
Yeah.
there. Hold on.
I won't say.
Hold on.
Let's just say.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's okay. I'm not saying it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you figure it out.
You're,
Don't worry.
I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on. Okay.
Now, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish, but while you look for that, I am gonna switch over
I
to
didn't
Kade.
finish reading, but yeah, that's fine. Go on.
What just happened? Wait, is it all dark for you guys?
No.
Okay, what happened here? Refresh my roll 20. It all went dark. So Kade, you are taken back over to the greenhouse, and Braxius introduces you to a.
Got it. Leader of the Dark
You got
Islands.
it?
Oh, well, duh.
Well, realize though that
Yeah.
she was not leader. She's leader of the Dark Islands now.
Right. Yes, I do see that. Right. New manager. Now she's one of the 5 regional people. And appears to be 40. Okay. She's got an interesting temperament. Joyful, relaxed, and temper is her personality. How can one be joyful, relaxed, and have a temper? That's like she's a little all over the place. I don't. Interesting. Okay.
You ever met Sienna?
Huh.
You know what? Thank you.
Fair
Take that as
enough.
a compliment.
Okay, I'm just gonna finish reading this before you move away from me. That way you can then have that time and it won't be cutting back. So, we have had to sever constant contact with Horta. She only screams in pain, probably because she's being flayed. We check infrequently, but constant contact has driven some mad. Wonderful. A lot of things are driving me mad. List of those who gave their lives to strengthen Horta's heart. Mariposita marble, talc tourmaline, amethyst agate, porphyry porous, jasper jasperite, benthic barrel scale. Wait, barrel scale? Like, okay, I recognize that last name. Interesting. And gypsum slate. Okay, I'm done reading.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed those, Shan.
Schist happens.
Yeah, I was really happy with Gemma Nice. Because I eventually stopped with, well, I did some that were still with the alliteration. There's a lot of alliterations, and it's just because it's easier for me to make up names. But but that one was my favorite because it is an alliteration, even though it's Gemma Nice.
Gemma Nice.
Gemma Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So.
Do you have any thoughts?
Well, I
for
figure
yourself?
you can do the next scene while I think. At the moment.
Okay.
Think of what I'm gonna do with this
Kade,
information.
Braxius brings you back over to the greenhouse, and says, Marilyn, would you please help
I'm just gonna
Kade with.
I'm just gonna transport myself over there just so that there's something on screen for what you're doing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm just Estrella's secretly in the corner. Shh.
Appreciate. I believe they have a cursed item. And Marilyn goes, "Oh, right. Hold on 1 second," and like brushes themselves off, and like they were like kneeling down in the dirt, and says, and starts collecting some like leaves from plants around the room, and starts to like grind them in her hands, and she's you see that she's like partially stone genasi. She looks a little more elven than stone genasi, but like still has kind of a rough texture to her skin. So you see that it's very easy for her to just literally grind up plants in her hands, and says, it's a topical application. Do you mind if I?
No.
And
Please.
so she rubs it around, like taking special care around where the stone is already, but still kind of like, and like goes behind you and like pretty much almost like greases up the whole thing. And then goes back over to where there's the stone and puts her hand on it and mutters some sort of incantation, and it pops off.
Oh, thank you.
And now you don't have a voice. No. I fucked with that,
Surprise! I just have to sit in the corner,
Kate learns
not saying anything.
instead of like ASL, it's CSL, Common Sign Language.
Yeah.
CSL.
I do think that there is a different in this world there is a different sign language for like all the different languages. So like
I mean,
most
that's
people
how it
know
is
Common.
in other worlds too. I mean,
Yeah, I
other
know.
our
That's why.
world.
Our world. So I think it's like that. So yes, I was equating I was equating like and I believe there would be Braille as well for different
As whale.
Braille as well.
As whale.
Um and yeah, and she goes over to like a pile of like some, gardening rags and hands you, it's clean, hands you so you can wipe off the
Great.
uh the topical part, and she goes, you gonna be wanting that back?
Not even a little bit.
All right. Maybe the artificers can take a look. We do have some of them the in the forge, and so she like walks. She kind of like is holding it, almost like, ew, gross, and like, and carries it out the door towards the like forgery, the forge.
The forge.
And Braxius says, glad that we could help you with that. Is there anything else that you lot will be needing?
Is there anything?
I don't know. You're alone. We don't have a say.
I didn't have a way to end
Or
this,
anything.
so that was my way of ending
Okay.
this.
No, I think we'll be all right.
All right. Well, as I said before, this place is at your disposal, so.
Kate's gonna go
Welcome
find
to
a
it.
book to read.
Okay.
You are in a library.
So you can make your way back over to the library. And you see, like, as you, like, turn to leave, and, Braxius is actually, I'm gonna say that she had actually, caught up with you originally. Like, they were already in here, and they saw you guys walk in and towards the library. And so they, like, caught up with you, like, when you guys first entered the building, was like,
Oh my god.
I had a question, and then that whole thing happens.
Gotcha.
And then they point you in the direction of the library, and you see that as you start to walk away, that they go back to, they just kind of like are holding out their hands because they're a water genasi, and they're just sprinkling the plants. They're just watering the plants. That's
fun.
like seems to, I mean, this is like a monastery. Everybody does their part. Everybody has a job, and like jobs rotate and stuff like that, and so it seems like I'm on watering duty right now.
I'm on watering duty.
Sounds like Disney's Elemental.
Is this the library?
Hold on, I don't know
Where the
where
fuck
you
am
are.
I?
Yes,
Okay.
There we go.
you're up. Yes,
I've
that is the
teleported
library.
home.
And if you wanted to, like, if you were looking for anything in particular, there's like a librarian essentially here.
8 plus 1.
Should I be looking for something in particular?
I'm not saying that you should be. I'm just saying if you can think about it for a minute if you want.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Rebecca, was there anything that you had come up with?
Okay, so... Oh, I closed it. Hold on. How do I get it back?
Or Zahara, if there was anything else you wanted to know?
Let's see.
I think I'm good on that. But Mila wanted to go to like the barracks or something.
Yeah, last you left Mila, she was at the she was back at the tavern. She was back at the Soggy Lantern um talking to some other, because remember we had said that there's like there were generations of Genasi here. So there are other like teenagers like her age. So she was sitting at a table like talking with them and having food, and that's kind of where you had left her. Um, I mean, you could have told her like, "Hey, stay here." Can't guarantee she's gonna listen to that, but
I did tell her though, like yeah, I think it was like last time we played, like before we went to sleep, like, okay, you're gonna sleep here, but I'll take
we'll
you to
check.
visit like the next day or whatever, something like that.
Okay.
So I think I'm good on the knowledge stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna go catch up with her and be like, yo, okay, I'm gonna hold true on my promise. And I told you that I'd take you to go over checking it out. Do you want to go check it out?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to head toward the librarian again and ask if there's any information on a few things. I have a list of some keywords that I've picked up on. So first,
You might not get.
yes,
the
I'm
answers.
sure, but I figure
All right.
if I ask enough things,
Yeah,
maybe
I'd
I'll have
rather-
an answer to something. You always complain we don't ask enough questions.
I'm happy
Yes. So, I go back. Is the librarian? Is this supposed to be the librarian over here? Okay,
You see that there are
Yeah.
like two
Okay.
people that seem to be
Okay,
kind of
I'll
like
ask this
working
one, the
here.
one that's closer to me.
This was the one that had talked to you
Okay.
before.
Hi. So, remember me? I was looking at the rocks. Anyway, do you have, by any chance, any information, or do you know who might know? I feel like this is a thing that someone in this area would know because it's written in such a way that it sounds like it's common knowledge, and it is not, in fact, common knowledge to me. So, what is an elemental heart?
Oh, what? I gotta roll to see if this person would know this.
Guys, good news. I finished writing all of my tests. I'm ready for finals. It's very exciting.
Yay.
I just finished.
And then you'll
during
final.
the stream I finished, but and I'll finally be
Cool.
done. Yes. Now all I have left to do is grade for the rest of the week.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, this person knows and says, "Oh, well, it's that would be Hortus' heart. I mean, it's the heart of a god is a power source in and of itself, but Hortus is the elemental heart, and that controls the very ground we walk on and sky air we breathe. Hey, Buzz!
Hello. Okay. Right.
Yo.
So, is it a physical object or is it more of like a concept, though?
Well, since this is a very, very interesting question. Since the gods are not typically in the same plane at one time, or it can be very dangerous for them to be all the energy to be physically in the same space at all times. Um, if that were to occur, like it has with water, um, then yes, it is a physical object. As I know you're looking through the Crimson Heels records, and they've wanted that for years, trying to continue to chip away at her.
Right.
Um,
Is it so? It's a source of great power, I suppose. That's the whole point of why
Yeah.
some random sorcerers would want that.
yes,
Right. And if they had it,
I guess anyone would want it, really,
well, I don't, but that's beside the point. So
and neither do I.
so not anyone then. At least not two people.
Fair.
So,
Fair.
if they were to get access to said heart, what would happen?
No one knows.
Is it no? There's no one on this
No.
island I could talk to who might know, might have an idea.
No one's ever had a god's heart, let
Well, the
alone.
god, I assume, has it. So would they become a god?
Right.
Is that what would happen?
Who knows? That's
Does
not
Horton know?
anything that's ever happened.
Okay, I suppose that's.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she does.
Okay, well, that's concerning.
No one intends for their heart to be cut out of their chest, you know?
Generally, no, but also most people don't have the ability for the like they're not entire mountains, so it's a little different. But yeah, okay. So
Fair.
if the heart were removed, Horton would just die. Does that mean all of the elements would die?
We
You don't
really
know. Yeah.
don't
Okay.
know.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, that's not great. Cool. Second question. Scoria sedimenta, it mentioned.
Yeah.
Is she, like, what did it mean by she sacrificed herself to encase the heart in diamond? Was she some
Well-
sort of diamond person, like a diamond elemental, and she froze around it or something?
Not exactly. Diamond is just very hard to crack, so it was.
Sure, yes, I.
It was kind of a spur of the moment decision, as far as the rumors are
Right,
told.
but what
No one's
what
really
was
known.
what happened? Like, what did
Um,
she do?
So you.
I guess maybe you don't
well-
know that because it's not in the information.
Here, let me
Do we have more information
see
about
how
her?
much this person.
I'm willing to talk to someone else if they would have more information. I don't have to grill the librarian, but you know.
No,
Okay.
you see the color on the cheeks of this librarian is actually like it's like green and kind of happy and blue at times, but like a lighter blue, not like a sad blue.
Uh-huh.
Like they're they are fascinated by these quandaries
Okay.
because they're things that they seem down for a philosophical debate.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Cool. Then I will continue. Someone who doesn't hate me immediately. Awesome.
And,
You're my new best friend. What's your name? What's your name?
Give him a name.
They're my new
God.
best friend. They need a name. They're the only person
Oh,
in this
God.
entire game that likes me.
Give me a minute. I don't have my book.
Kate,
All
I
right,
was just
hold
looking
on.
at a very, like, you with the small, very small image on my screen, and for some reason, when you took that drink, I thought you were smoking a pipe. Like, I thought you had just
You know.
It just looked like a
Casual
little pipe
pipe.
coming out, like you were cosplaying Sherlock Holmes or something.
It's my new thing.
I mean, it's Kate Doyle.
Exactly.
You know,
Let's dox him.
there's
Yeah.
the relationship
Way to
there.
once again dox
Way to
someone,
dox
Chad.
Shan.
What?
You've
I'm pretty sure the last time it was also Kate, and it was because of this exact
It
same
probably was.
discussion.
No, but Chan has doxed me before, so
That's true.
Wait, what did I dox you about?
you said their last name. On
Oh
my
My
god.
goodness.
No,
The
never mind.
length.
That's not. Nope, that person doesn't exist.
It's definitely not my last name.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, we were just making a joke about Sir Arthur Conan. You know,
You know. Last
Yeah.
nameless.
last nameless.
Caitlin Conan.
Yeah, O'Brien.
My last name is actually Conan.
Anyway,
I don't like that.
And
okay,
here
come the
this
fire
person's name, am I gonna have to make them an actual, like, token now?
exactly. I want
because-
a friend. Estrella just
Alright,
wants
hold
a
on,
friend.
Their token will change,
Okay.
because I'll have to make them a
Thank
token,
you.
but, this is,
my new friend, the librarian.
but I have their name,
Okay,
I think.
what's my friend's name? I'm writing this down.
Hold on.
In
Stupid
a
McLoser
very
face.
stupid place, I'm writing this down.
Go ahead.
Please choose like the most ridiculous.
It's
Cheer
there.
wine.
Okay.
You should see
Oh.
it. Do you see it?
Squall.
Or is it cut off by the wall?
It says squall.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was cut off by the wall or not. Yep, squall.
Squall, and they use
Um,
they, them. Is that what you've been saying?
Sure, yeah.
Because that's what you've been saying. Okay. Just noted. Alright. Squall. Wait, are they a...
They're not a fire genasi. They're a wind
Oh,
genasi.
they're-
An air
Oh,
genasi.
I get it. Squall.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
But they don't look. They also don't look like they're. They're not like full on elemental. And they are genasi, but they also got maybe something else in there. You don't necessarily know.
okay.
Do they have a sibling maybe named Gale?
Maybe you don't know.
I'm gonna know. 'Cause
You have
they're
to
my
ask
new best
Squall.
friend. So, new best friend. Anyway,
All right.
so Scoria Sedimenta, is that a name that's like a known name, or is that just like some random person over there in the other big island? Does the big island have a
Probably
name?
not.
Like, does this island?
The volcano.
It's just
A lot of times it's like referred to as
Do
the
you-
volcano, almost as if it's one island.
uh-huh. Interesting. So do you think on that island they refer to it as the volcano? That's it? Like they're on the island, they're like, we're on the volcano. But this island is the Way of Stone. That's the name
I
of the
think
island.
they
It's not very...
no.
I feel like we can do better
But
than that.
a lot
but
of
okay.
times they just refer to our island as the thermal mines.
It's not
but
very creative,
more-
but okay.
More like the defunct thermal mines.
Okay.
They assume no one's here, or they hope no one's here. I don't really know how much they know about us, but they believe they just call up there the Dark Islands. They're a little self-centered. They just assume like we're not even there.
I see.
But Scoria is a very well-known name, at least here. She, a lot of us have to give, not have to, we want to give parts of our energy to strengthen Horta since she is so weak, and um, one's life is a very valuable thing, and can a sacrifice can often be a um, big surge of power and energy. And
So that's
well, Scoria,
that's what it means when it
Scoria,
says people give their lives to strengthen her heart. She was just the first to do that.
yeah,
I see.
yeah, she was the first to do. Many people here, it's kind of part of our culture here, that we give parts of ourselves every so often. Not, of course, children and elderly, those of us able-bodied, not the weak or injured. Um, and but we give parts of ourselves, parts of our energy, um, even from here to strengthen her. Um, and we, but there are times of great sacrifice when people do. Well, not here. We do not encourage that because Walter doesn't want a bunch of martyrs uh, dying for her. Um, but uh, long ago, Scoria felt it was a necessary precaution to help Horta early on, and since then, those who have become pumice scryers have um, occasionally chosen to do the same if it's seemed as a needed precaution, if the previous precautions have not been holding up to the weaponry they put against her.
Right. All right. So the most recent pumice came from 100 years ago. Has there been any updates since then? Or do we just not know anything about what's going on with the
Well,
current
well,
administration, as it
we
were?
do have more pumice. We do have more messages from the pumice scryers. Um, these are just the ones pertaining
Right.
to the
Is
Crimson
there
Heels,
anything
and
about
of course
Nizla
we
Bel?
they're still sporadic.
Then what about Nizla Belnora?
Miss LaBelle Nora, we have some information on as
I would.
well, and things like believe you lot have met Angelina. Things that Angelina and other defected protectors have brought information. We have a fair amount on the leaders.
I would like to read about such things. Perhaps also anything you have on uh, Phila Firestorm.
Right. I'll see what I can find. Um, and you can roll me an investigation with advantage,
Go with it.
like we did last time. Oh, actually, first, uh, a luck check for Feel a Firestorm.
Luck check.
Because I already said that they have stuff on all the leaders, so that will be
She wasn't a leader. I mean,
guaranteed.
the leaders as in the leaders, not just
The leaders, not
managers. Okay.
yeah.
Luck. I got a 17. So pretty good luck.
Okay. Yeah. So there's something you see, like there's a section or
Yeah.
Squall goes.
Estrella
Yeah,
is definitely suspicious.
I think I remember.
Of her, of him,
Um,
of them. I don't know what that name.
I didn't
Okay.
decide. On them for now. um, I think I remember reading something on Feel a Firestorm. Let me see what we've got, and or what I can find. Um, so roll me. So what exactly do you want to find information on all the leaders or just Nisla Belmora?
I guess. Do you mean all the leaders, like all the current leaders, or all the leaders, like all the Dark Island leaders?
Current
back?
leaders.
Um.
Well, I'm sure that they could probably also find some of that, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd be interested in anything that the current leaders are up to. for any of them. I was
Anything
like
they
I
have
didn't
on the
really
current
think
leaders?
that they would have information on the other ones necessarily, but if they do, then I'm not gonna, think that this is pertinent. But
Okay.
and then for Fila
So
Firestorm, I'm very suspicious considering where she trained, or he
yeah,
or they, whatever. Sorry, but
it's fine. Again, I did
yeah,
not decide. I just
where they
came up with a
trained.
name. Um,
So that's sus.
yeah.
But then
Um,
again, Mistlin Stormbraid was accompanying Nebulous Crimson Heel, so that's also sus. There's a lot of sus happening here.
well, you know that Miss Lin. So the leader of the Dark
Yeah,
Islands is like
is a
usually
yeah.
is a role in,
Yeah, I know one of the
so
not
it's not
the
it
five
so
leaders.
it's
Yeah.
not odd for the leader of the Dark Islands to visit the Dark Islands more
No, it's
often.
odd that they were
Um,
accompanying the arch sorcerer. That's what I was
okay.
finding, or maybe not odd, but sus is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anybody who has any relation to my family is sus
Yeah.
in
Okay.
Estrella's
How
opinion.
about you roll me with advantage for the leaders? I'll just group all five of them together.
What am I adding?
Oh, investigation.
Investigate. Well, that's nothing. But I got a 19. See, it would have been so high if
Okay.
I were adding literally anything.
Okay. 19. For leaders.
Estrella's like, ugh, I'm not a reader. This is too much.
Um,
Can't I go do a magic trick or something that I'm good at? Why am I doing research?
Can't I go do a
I mean,
magic
you
trick?
probably could have had your other book friend
Uh,
help you out with some of
Kate
this.
is very
well,
much
I
just
assumed
sitting
the
in a corner, like
advantage was the
reading
help.
a
Well, I actually
book
would
for
like.
pleasure.
Did Cade see Estrella in here at all?
Yeah, probably.
Do you want to make like a perception check?
Sure.
You are actually just down the way. You're like
Yeah,
over
I'm
here by the
definitely just
door.
like
We're gonna say
doing
reading this book.
Like,
We're
you
gonna say
don't see
you're
me.
hanging out here reading this
17.
I'm
book.
not here.
17. Um. Hmm. Estrella, give me a sleight of hand to see how quiet you are being.
Not stealth, sleight of hand.
I feel like sleight of hand because you're whispering, like you're not trying to be.
But what does that have to do with my hands?
Like
It
leafing through
doesn't. It's
books.
like, I guess. Yeah, I guess stealth, fine.
I mean, it's not that I necessarily want them not to see me. Though, sleight of hand... I mean, my sleight of hand is actually
Well,
better
it's not
than my
for them
stealth.
not to see you.
Yeah.
It's for
So,
them not to hear
19.
you. 19.
See, my
Okay.
stealth is actually worse than my sleight of hand, so I wanted it to be the lower one.
Oh, okay. You see that Estrella is having a very like long discussion with this.
Wait, but they
Wings
got a
Genasi.
17.
I can still
They
see you.
they just see
Yeah.
it. This wasn't to be seen. This was to be heard. And also because Cade can read lips.
I'm also literally 30 feet away from you right
Yeah.
Shh. I'm in
And
a
Cade can
corner.
also read lips.
now. I
So,
can read lips.
I'm doing this.
I don't know if you can read a Wind Genasi's lips because they're not really all there, but
Interesting.
I could read
They're
their
wispy.
cheek paint, so... Where's the
That too.
paint
You could
on the
do that.
wind?
I had told you they were like green and blue, like like physically wearing
Yeah.
it. It's just kind of colors that they're like made of like clouds, so it just kind of
This place
it
confuses
colors
me.
that part of their cloud.
Okay, sure.
Cloud face. And so all right, you got a 19, and then roll me one with advantage for the an investigation with advantage for I'll say just feel a firestorm.
12.
Oh. Okay.
I want an investigation score. But I don't want a intelligence score. Because then she'll know more about Arcana, and I don't need that. Like, it ups all. I just want the investigation.
It shows proficiency.
So,
wait.
I will write something up to give you
I
information
just
on the leaders.
got an email from my work email saying, "Do you know Shannon on LinkedIn?"
From your
Yes, I do.
work email?
I mean, it's my work LinkedIn, so
Oh.
still me.
Yeah, I hope so.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I sure hope you do.
Yeah.
We're here playing D&D. It's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
I hate when I get like those LinkedIn things or like the Facebook be like, oh yeah, here's like people you can friends. And
The
I'm like,
LinkedIn ones all the
I
time.
want friends. Like, no. Don't make suggestions.
Don't suggest I have friends. How dare you? I don't even have a LinkedIn, so.
I get like friended by random people, and
I have a LinkedIn.
I'm like,
I run ads on LinkedIn, so I have to have a LinkedIn.
I always accept it because it's like, you know, networking, but I'm like, why?
I just sent you a friend request on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about is you're a random person, Kate.
How rude. I don't have a picture, so I do kind of look like a random person.
Could be a bot. Careful.
What a
Could be
power
bot.
move to slide somebody's DMs through.
Careful.
Imagine. Like, I'm pretty, like, it's been done. People have done that.
It would be funny.
Hey girl, let's network.
Hey girl, let's network.
Ew,
hey
I don't
girl.
like
Hilarious. Alright, so
is this what modern dating is?
Yeah, so you find some information on the leaders. I will say it's not anything like super current, like their plans or anything. It's kind of just a little biographical. I will say from the current leaders, a lot of it is probably not stuff. It is probably stuff that you already know.
Okay.
I will actually write something out that will probably give you more details than you, Rebecca, have, but it is going to be some stuff that Estrella probably already knew or maybe could guess.
Right.
Like, maybe you find out that someone's a little sketchier than they would like to be known as. But you probably already got that gist.
I mean, Estrella just assumes everybody's sketchy. Because Estrella's
Yes.
sketchy. But
you do find some stuff on Mistlin, and you do find some stuff on Fila. I don't, not a lot on Fila, just a very small amount. But
I got a 19 luck check on that.
You got a 19 luck check on the leaders.
No, it was on Fila. That was my luck.
No, that was 12.
No, my luck check.
Oh, your luck.
So something exists.
Well, luck was just. It does exist. It's just there's not a lot.
Stupid 12.
The luck was just to see if it was there.
My sad 12. My sad investigation.
And so I'll write stuff up for you. But that's about it.
All right. So I think, do I see Kade come in, or do I see Kade around, or anybody around? So I guess I lug my.
I would
wait. Estrella would kind of go back to her box of rocks. And
your box of rocks.
I guess she's just going to copy down all of that so that she has a copy of it.
Okay.
I mean, she thinks about stealing it because this place is entirely too open and she wants to teach them a lesson, but she decides, why stop by stealing from a library? That's not really the thing she wants to do. But she is, not gonna lie, she's on the lookout for anything of value because they're just too open. But that's just, her roguish nature. But So she copies down all that information. I just want to make sure that that is known, that I have
Yeah.
all of that written down so that I don't need it from
Okay.
memory. Because Rebecca didn't write it all down. But
Real quick, we're gonna just as you're like looking around to see if like who's still in the library,
Yeah.
because Zahara had already left. Zahara, you we're gonna just stay here because I don't have a map for the barracks. Maybe I'll make one. But you meet back up with Mila, and you see that she's well, actually, you go to the tavern, and she's not there.
Oh, of course.
And but Angelina sees you walk in and goes, "Oh, you looking for the little half orc?"
Yeah, have you seen her? I don't know.
Yeah,
Where
she's at the slate, watching a couple duels.
that's not the
That's
place that
the
she
like
wanted to visit, right? She wanted to go to the
that's the
barracks.
dueling grounds. She just wanted to go to the barracks because that's where people would be. She just kind of wanted to socialize with these people and talk to them.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Thanks. And she's gonna head over to Slate.
so you get to the slate, and you start to like look for her in the stands. Or as you actually start to approach, give me a perception check.
Alrighty. Wait, let me use this die. Alright, perception. Well, that's a big fat 4 on the die. It's not.
You hear as you come up, as you like start to come up to the slate, you hear chanting. You hear
But I can't make out what's being said.
you can't make out what they're saying. And so as you come up towards the bleachers, you're kind of like looking in these rock bleachers, and there's a lot of people in there, and as you get closer, you're kind of, it's still like a lot of people, so it's hard to make out what they're saying, but you then scan towards the actual slate, and you see Mila there in kind of in like a knelt down position with this pretend the brazier. She's actually standing next to one of these braziers, and you see that in her quiver she has what you see a pile of them in the corner. They have like dulled weapons for these for anyone who wants to duel. And so like the arrows, instead of like an actual arrow, it's got the like little
Like
hacky sack.
tip.
Yeah. But it's still like combustible or freezable. So she's lighting them on fire using the brazier, and absolutely nailing this other genasi who is like a big rock genasi, and
they're
is like
dulled, but you can
kind of
light them on fire.
yeah, well,
That's-
they're all genasi, and they all have, like, most of them are genasi, and everybody uses, there's like they talk about it beforehand, what you can and can't use, and
Like an elemental fight. Okay, but I don't
Yeah.
get a sense that she's like playing dirty or anything.
no. You see that like she'll shoot an arrow, and then you see also that the ground here is all torn up, that there's like crevices that have been formed and like little rock formations. So like she's crouching behind like a formation, and then like that will come down because the one over here is like may have put those up to like block the arrows, but then like is putting them down because she's hiding behind them. And they're sparring. They're having like, and but she's she's rocking his shit.
I'm just gonna like stand in the crowd then, just like kind of towards the back and just kind of like watch.
And you see that as uh that like at a certain point the Genasi is uh like shoots like a burst of rocks towards Mila, and Mila jumps and like springs off of it and takes 3 arrows out of her quiver, lights them, and fires down before landing. And they all hit him. So he has like 3 little buttons, almost like a snowman buttons, cratered into his like rock. Uh, and and uh, and as he's like kind of stunned from that, she runs up and just kind of like holds an arrow in his face, and he like bows out. And this captain over here says, and the winner of this round is Mila! And the whole and you now realize that what they were chanting was Mila, 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 Mila. And you do see though that like in the corners and stuff, and there are like you see like other arrows that maybe missed, or and some of them have like ice around them, that like some of them are scorched, but it looks like that Mila was able to somehow elementally tamper with some of these arrows. Like magically. And you do know that she hung out with Lila a lot, so she's probably picked up a few magic tricks.
Yeah.
Not Estrella's kind of magic, but
Zahara's kind of just like nodding her head, just like.
And she like the like captain comes over and like does the thing where you like raise your arm and stuff like that, and she's like kind of like waving to other people in the crowd, and she's like heavily breathing, and then she looks at you and her eyes go wide, and she's like, hey, I gotta go. And like she just tries to kind of like briskly walk out.
I'm gonna go around and meet her. Oh, my token's still at the... Nope. No, wait. Where is it?
Bottom left
I moved
corner.
it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move around to meet her and say, "Those are some moves in there."
Hey, see?
Hi. I wanted to check if you wanted to go swing by the barracks, since you were raving about them last night.
I really just wanted to meet some people. But I actually made some friends, and you see like as like people have dispersed from starting to disperse, or actually rather as another duel is getting set up, you see like a group of like teen genasi that are like kind of waiting at the bleachers and like seem to kind of be like looking back at Milo once in a while to just like they're waiting up for her. And she goes, I actually made some friends.
Nice.
They're like around my age. They kind of grew up here. They don't really know much about the outside world, but then again, I lived in Coven's Cove for a deal, so it's not like I had much contact with the outside world either. Can I go? Can I go hang out with them? She's like in a weird position where she's like she wants to be seen as like a little more independent, but at the same time she knows that she's 13 and you are much older than her and the adult in the situation, and like still feels like she needs your permission. She also doesn't want to make you mad. You get all of that from the paint on her cheeks.
So here's my question. Because, like, I remember, oh God, this is like the struggle with like when we go weeks without playing.
Yeah.
Because she said something about like wanting to stay on the island or whatever.
She did. She mentioned something about wanting to feel like she had a purpose.
And what were the barracks? Like, what is their
The
thing again?
barracks is just where like this is mainly where like the people sleep. It's just what like they just call it the bedrock. It's really just like big apartments kind of. Some of them are more like barracks where it's just like rows of bunk beds, and that's mainly for the soldiers. She wouldn't be there. She'd be like in like more of like a dorm kind of.
Yeah. Is there like a school or uh any kind of training like
There's
thingy?
definitely training. You don't know much about school. I mean, you just saw their library. Um, you could ask someone if you wanted to know if she'd be getting an education, but you definitely see like you see the next battle, like the next duel that's setting up is like another kid around her age. And it seems like this other Genasi is actually like possibly like another like this one was kind of the referee and the other one was kind of the opponent, but it's kind of like an instructor almost. So they are not intentional, like they're not trying to hurt. They were kind of just testing her skills. And it's kind of open for whoever wants to just kind of have a go and get a little energy out, you know?
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah. There's gonna
She would definitely get a combat education.
Yeah, well that's what I mean. Is like is it like a combat school or like
Kind of.
because it's
Um,
like
let's
like
put it this way. You don't know how good of an education she was getting before, considering her schooling was like her sister and me and Lila.
yeah. Well, my question is more so like if it was the real world, like
Mhm.
and I had this kid like who like oh yeah I want to stay here and I want to do this thing. It's like am I dropping her off at a boarding school or a high school where it's like literally just the high school building, there's like nothing else
No,
around?
no, no. It's like a boarding school.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real
This is
Okay.
quick.
like a whole yeah. There's like a whole community here. Like there's so like the bedrock is like a massive place where like everyone kind of sleeps. And so like some of the parts of it are set up like barracks like a soldier would use. Um and some of them are set up uh like little apartments for families. And some of them are more like dorms for like middle to college ages. Not middle, but really, they probably like college age, but like there are some because there were like displaced children and sometimes people have like escaped to here somehow or made it here somehow and had kids that weren't necessarily their own, but they saved them, you know. So like
Yeah.
there would be people to take care of her. It's not like you wouldn't be dropping a 13-year-old at college. It's more like you would be dropping her off at a boarding school.
Oh, okay, cool. So that answers my question then. Okay. Um yeah, so what she wants to go with her
She just asked
friends.
if she could continue to go hanging out with her with the new friends she made.
Yeah, I'm gonna peer over and be like, yeah, sure, but be back at the tavern by I don't know, I'm gonna say like 8 p.m. I don't know.
Okay,
Be back by 8.
I will.
Run along.
And like and she goes, "Thanks, Z," and she gives you a hug and she runs off.
Mm-hmm. Um
Um and
and then I want to turn to Ruby and be like, keep an eye on her. Will you?
And Ruby goes flying. You see her riding the thermal vents as she's watching from the sky.
Mm-hmm. It's like literally Lion King. Zazu.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll head back to the library then, or
Cool.
whatever it's called, where I think everybody will be.
Yeah, the Mesa.
Yeah.
So, Kade, was there anything in particular you wanted to learn?
No,
Okay.
I think they were just gonna read like a for pleasure book.
Okay.
Or an erotic
So,
novel.
Zahara, you...
What? Nope, not quite.
For pleasure.
God damn it.
Squishy, goopy, noodle-like marshmallow.
Gross.
Yes.
Please stop.
Yes.
Not what Kate was reading at all. Simply not.
So Zahara walks back into the library, and you see Estrella poring over some
Rocks.
dusty old files
Some rocks.
and rocks, and you see Kade just reading in a chair. I'm gonna put you in this bench. After you walk around, you see them. You see Kade just reading a book, which isn't that weird. But you do see Estrella. You do see Estrella poured over the chairs on this side, by the way.
Oh, I thought that was a chair on the other side.
No, it's just a box.
Oh, okay.
And
Estrella wouldn't want to sit with her back to people, though.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
also it's the box of rocks. And yeah, you see Estrella pouring over some black rocks and some files.
I'm gonna go over to Estrella, make my way, because I'm interested
In the black rocks and vials.
The black rocks.
Yeah.
Black
rocks?
Yeah, I mean, give me
Pumice.
a nature or
It's pumice.
survival check.
Well, pumice isn't black though, isn't it? Like more like
It's
gray.
like a dark gray.
I mean, yes, it's a dark gray.
Jesus.
All rock from
5 on the die.
Estrella knows what
Estrella
pumice
knows all
is
about
because
these
Estrella
rocks.
uses it on her feet after wearing high heels all the
Yeah.
time. That's why Estrella knows, and you don't.
Honestly, yeah. That's
Yeah, you
very-
walk up and you see this tablet that Estrella is kind of looking at,
And you just go, that's a
Um,
nice rock.
and that's a nice boulder. And you just see that it's it's got a lot of tiny little holes in it. It's what's that phobia of hating
know
tiny
it's-
holes?
Oh,
talking about
tryptophobia.
Tryptophobia.
No.
It's a nightmare for people with that.
No, thank you.
Except not really, because I kind of have that.
Yeah,
I have it
I've
in certain
never
circumstances.
had the issue with pumice.
It's-
I feel like that one's fine.
No.
See, I think it's things in tiny holes and not just
No,
tiny
it's
holes.
no. There's definitely
it's
things that
sometimes
just
tiny
just
holes.
It doesn't have to be tiny.
Sometimes it's just
holes.
holes. No,
holes in
sometimes
things
it's
that
just holes.
shouldn't have holes.
A lot
I
of
think.
holes.
It's a lot of holes in things that shouldn't have holes. That's the main problem. Pumice is allowed to
Yeah.
have holes. It's like I'm not afraid of Swiss cheese.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So this is you see some kind of rock. What did
Why
you?
is it? Why
nature-
honestly, Estrella wants to know why she was handed all these rocks to carry. You know, I have a strength of -1. Why am I carrying these rocks?
She
Why didn't you just hand me the paper?
They're not heavy though. Because
Shh.
it's pumice, so they're light.
She did.
Still,
Also, she didn't. She picked it. Sorry, Squall picked it off the shelf
it had.
and brought it over to this desk.
Oh, I thought I was handed the box. Okay. Well,
No.
Estrella would be poring over the papers, not the rocks. She doesn't care about the rocks. If the
Okay,
rocks
well,
just
I'm
say the
saying the
same thing
rocks-
the papers do.
Well, the rocks come out with the papers,
Okay.
so
There's just
they-
a bunch
they're
of rocks
layered,
over
so that-
here, and then She's looking
Yeah,
at the
there's a
papers.
stack of black rocks, and Estrella is poring over some papers. Black rocks with a bunch of little holes, and
Zahara's gonna come over
Then
and just
you got some
curiously
real
ask,
old Swiss cheese right there.
"What you doing?
gross.
Looking at some rocks?
I am
You
pointedly
studying
not looking at the
geology
rocks. I'm looking at this piece of paper. No,
next to a bunch of rocks."
well, those were an accessory to the paper.
They were gonna say an accessory to murder.
That too. Um,
Maybe.
perhaps.
You don't know.
Perhaps.
I mean, you could.
They're pretty. I mean, if they're so light, it probably wouldn't be great for
They're
murdering.
quite light.
Could you kill someone with a pumice stone? Maybe if you like shaved off their face. Anyway.
So Zahara, you pick up one of the tablets.
Quite an image.
Thank you.
You pick up one of the tablets and you see that it is very light. It does not feel like how a rock should feel.
This is a spot.
And yeah,
This is, you know, it's one of those like foot scrapey rocks. You know? Yeah, for like
Estrella
pedicures.
rolls well enough. You know what the name.
Yeah, but she's describing it in Estrella language. You know, it's like it's the kind of rock you use on pedicures. You know?
No, I have scales,
Ah, well,
so I don't.
I'm sorry you
have
will
that.
never enjoy the wonders of a pedicure, but I mean, you could paint those. I don't know. Do you not get
You don't really have to
I don't.
exfoliate
You
scales.
don't, do you?
I
Well,
mean-
anyway,
I mean,
that's not
Well,
the
I
point.
guess you do, but
And if that's what you mean,
What? What did you say?
occasionally I shed my skin. If
I was
that's
gonna say.
Well, I mean, I
I was gonna
guess
say
in a
Zahara
way that
100%
is
sheds her
kind
skin.
of what you use this for. I don't want to think about that. That's horrifying.
Dragonborns lay eggs in this universe, and also they shed their skin.
How often
Yep.
are we gonna wake up one day and there's
I
just
think
gonna be like a corpse of you just next to you?
no, I think it's less of like a snake shedding skin and
more
more of
a
like
bearded dragon or
a bearded
whatever.
dragon, where it's like it comes off in flakes,
Hmm.
and so you don't necessarily
Ah,
and like
I
at
see.
indeterminate times you don't necessarily notice. Perhaps Zahara eats it for nutrients.
Oh, no, you do not. I refuse to allow that you eat your own skin. No. Absolutely not. I don't care if lizards do it. No.
Zahara, that can be
Not
your
me
choice. I'm
biting
not
my
gonna make that.
cuticles like I kind of already do. Ah!
Shan, I'm not gonna make that
working on
canon.
it.
That's you can decide if that's canon or not.
It's
I just thought it was
anxiety
fun.
disorder. I'm working on it
Ugh.
as I'm picking my.
I mean, picking at your
Fingernails.
cuticles is one
No,
thing.
not your
Eating them
fingernails.
is.
Yeah, Shan, I'm not gonna make that actually canon.
I
you
mean-
can
I
decide
mean,
that.
to be fair,
Yeah,
in our other
I
campaign.
do think that they shed their
yeah.
skin in like flakes, but it can be more of like
I
a
will take
how.
a bath. I will take a nice warm bath when I
Flaky.
am shedding my skin
Uh-huh.
and I'm getting. Really
I mean, to
itchy.
be fair,
Just-
in our
yeah.
other campaign, I guess it's canon that they shed their full skin since you're wearing one.
yeah.
So I guess I really
Oh,
can't
no,
complain
it's-
that much.
It's like individual scales.
Yeah, I
Like,
think you shed individual scales.
Yeah.
I hate this
Yeah,
conversation.
anyway, moving on.
Anyway,
Okay, no
They all
pedicures for
do
you,
double,
and let's
and then
never
they'll-
speak of it again.
you see, as you guys are like having this conversation because you're not being that quiet,
Probably not Dragon
Squall
Ball.
does like wander over and goes, "Oh, they're pumice stones."
Yeah, that's what I said, you know, for
Oh,
feet.
right.
Anyway.
Pumice.
Also known as also similar to scoria.
Okay.
I just wanted to get that fact in there that I
Yeah.
made that her name
Was
that
pumice.
scoria is another kind of rock,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
very similar to pumice.
I see. All right.
I made her name
I
Scoria.
see. Okay. So,
It's not a sedimentary rock, and I know that, so don't come for me.
no
say
one
that
was
to the
going
people.
to.
I say that to you don't know if any
That's
geologists
true.
watch us.
Yeah. That's our first like hater. Our first heckler is gonna be a
A
geologist.
geologist. He's like, ugh,
Don't even know what a sedimentary rock is. What
I'm bad at rocks,
losers.
but I know that it's not.
Like hydrochloric
Yeah, it's
acid.
probably like igneous or something.
It's
I
metamorphic.
don't know.
It's literally magma.
Isn't that what I don't know the difference anymore.
Now I'm not.
I
Now
thought
I'm not sure. And I
igneous were
could
the
just...
ones that were made from magma.
I just remember that gneiss is metamorphic. If it's got layers, it's
Because
Also,
it comes from
you know
ignite
that
comes
rocks
from
and
fire,
minerals
so I assume that
can
was
have-
the magma one.
Did you know that rocks and minerals can have cleavage?
Yes, I did know
Yeah.
that. Anyway, so well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of reading, nothing to concern you. Just, a little
It's an igneous rock. I was wrong.
boom. I knew a geology fact.
That's good
The
for
one
you.
thing
Bye.
I
You're
remember-
gonna say I knew a geology.
I knew a
I knew a
geology.
Just one.
I
Just
know one geology.
But I knew
I
it.
remember
I knew a
igneous
geology.
comes from the word ignite, which has to do with fire. So, remember one thing from when do we learn about rocks? In like second
middle
grade or
school?
something?
Why don't you put your hands up like horns?
This is my one
the
thing.
one thing.
The one thing.
The one thing.
One thing.
Anywho,
Two things. I guess I know what a sedimentary rock is. I don't really remember what a metamorphic rock is. That's like the pressure one, right? I think
Yeah,
that's the pressure
pressure.
one because it metamorphosizes because of pressure. Okay, I remember three
Anyway.
things. Anyway,
Yeah, three.
somehow I think
Three
that's probably the
basics.
only thing I remember from second grade science. Somehow the names of those three rocks have stuck with me for my entire life. Anyway, moving on. Yes, the pumice stone. I'm just, giving myself a pedicure. Over here, nothing to see here.
Library.
Yes, yes. No, that's disgusting. I'm not even going to lie about that. That's gross. No, I'm clearly,
Great.
I'm not
glad
doing
I
that.
didn't apply you.
I'm not even going to pretend that that's what I was doing. That would be horrifying. But, no, I was just doing a little bit of light reading about the histories of things and people with last names that I hate.
Right, yeah, descriptive.
Yes, well,
Anything that'll help us with the island that we're going to?
oh, I don't know. More like just further reasons to want to run away, probably. Perhaps there's, maybe I should maybe, if it seems, I'll be honest, I will, so, how I have a last name?
As most do, yes.
Right, but how I have a last name that I don't like to talk about? Not the other last name, but the one that
Am I over here?
Yeah.
no. But if you want to make another perception check to try and hear them,
or to see us and come over.
or to see them both having this conversation.
13?
You're not hiding.
What's your passive?
18.
Your
Oh,
perception is...
yeah, my passive is much better. My
I'm not
passive is 18.
Yeah, I'd say your passive is good enough. You do see,
Since I'm
you
reading,
see
I guess.
Zahara, as Zahara, comes in and kind of tries to, just see where you guys are. You see her poke her head around, and, so, I mean, you can choose to follow her.
Yeah, I guess I'll close my book and walk over and see what they're up to.
Yes, I guess you hear you are approaching as I'm saying that. I wouldn't say the thing that I just started saying. I would not have said if Squall or anybody else was anywhere within hearing distance.
No, Squall
Yeah, I
walked
just want to
away
make
again.
that very clear. No one else is around. I wouldn't be
Yes.
saying this if there were other. I'm saying it at a volume just for,
Yeah.
but I would be speaking at a low low register to make sure no one else can hear. Um, so, the one that I've been sort of, how there's how my brother has a last name that I don't have, that I do not claim as mine. But my brother has that last name that you may have seen because I was forced to reveal it yesterday. Yeah, that one. Remember that? That I said, let's never speak of again? Well, perhaps we have to speak of it.
Oh. Why?
Well, so
What?
the thing is that perhaps my family, no, my ancestors, but also my family, the people who birthed me.
Gross.
I don't want to claim them, but the people who share my blood, perhaps,
Still gross.
well, I don't know how else to say it. They perhaps, might be trying actively to steal Horta's heart, which seems bad.
Wait, your family is trying to steal Horta's heart? I missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
There's
So
lots of peeping
I
in the
don't
distance.
know if currently, but yeah, they're definitely trying to. Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, cut out.
Yeah, so how there's the whole, there's, shaving her skin or whatever, that apparently is rude to say, I don't know. You know that part? So,
Oh, yeah.
Thing.
We do that, right?
yeah, I said this yesterday and
Yeah.
made someone mad at me for some reason. Probably.
For some reason.
Yeah, so it's not just about her skin. That's just like icing on the terrible cake of this situation. No, so she's got so there's a thing called an elemental heart, which is, I guess, her heart, and it's elemental. I don't know. Anyway, it's perhaps very powerful, and it's, in the mountain somewhere encased in diamond, for reasons, and
Is a metaphorical
I
heart or
know.
literal
From my
heart?
understanding, it's literal. I don't think it's pumping
Sure.
blood, but otherwise it is a heart in the sense that it is the source of, it is like a life source, I assume. Which, more to the point, it's a power source. Which I think is what my ancestors were most concerned with, if they're anything like the current generation.
So any unfavorable people who gain control of this elemental heart could be very, very bad.
So apparently, I had a little conversation with my new best friend that,
What?
yes. Anyway,
Oh, I made a friend.
apparently no one knows, and they wouldn't hazard a guess. However, I'm going to hazard a guess that if one removes a power source and installs it somehow in themselves, a power source of great magic, of godly magic, then they would in themselves become as to a god. Which sounds exactly like what a powerful sorcerer would want as, the next step. There's nowhere further one can go than being the arch sorcerer. So,
Ascended is top.
sorry, being the... It was only arch sorcerers who were... Why did I kept confusing me. It was only arch sorcerers who were visiting, right? All of those were arches?
Mhm.
Oh, what if that's... Okay, new suspicion, now that Estrella remembers how this works. Estrella would have known. Rebecca forgot that... Anyway, so here's the thing, is...
I will give you a little, just if you roll me quick insight.
Okay. That
I can
I'm
give you a
good
little more
at.
information.
No, I'm not.
Because I know
Dang
that you would
it. Can I just have one good thing? 11.
11. Um,
The face you made.
I'm just sad. I kept rolling things that I have a +0 to, and finally I have a +8 to something and I get a 3.
I will say this because you would know this. Um, a lot of times the ascended sorcerer
Mm-hmm.
stays just like the ascended, well, most likely the ascended mage stay
Oh, right, and the
in
arch
the
travels, right.
hall.
Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
suspicious. Like, because my thought was, perhaps this is how they become the Ascended, is if they were to
Yeah.
get... Okay, so it's not necessarily that. Okay, so I backtrack and say, so there's... So, how much do the two of you know about the Sorcerer's Hall?
Thought you were gonna say the sorcerer's stone.
Yeah, the Sorcerer's Hall.
Does Kade know much about the
All?
Sorcerer's Hall?
The
The
Crimson
Crimson Hall,
Hall.
which is
The
the
Sorcerer's
sorcerer's
Do
hall.
either of us know much
Um,
about that?
um,
I
I'm
don't
being
think so.
honest, probably not, but you could give me a history check.
I mean, with Cade having the relationship to the
That's the only
other,
reason I'm
yeah.
saying that.
That's a 2.
And,
I
well,
rolled a
I mean,
4 or 5.
Zahara grew up
Zahara, to be fair,
going
I was going
to.
to say this was a roll for
Yeah.
Cade. I don't
Well,
think
to
you'd
be
know
fair,
anything.
15.
Zahara
like,
grew up going to Dormishire, though, because of Gale. So,
That's
Zahara
true.
knows its
You know what,
existence.
Zahara? Give me with advantage.
advantage?
Yeah, because you've been to Dormishire. Cade, you have been to Dormishire, but not well enough to know more, so it's just flat. What did you get?
Well, that's
15.
gonna be a 9 then.
So not much.
15 and a 9.
Well, it's a 9 on the die, but yeah, no, Kate's got me.
Um, 15. You know that, whereas the Mages Guild in Dorsema are people who have studied magic, the Sorcerer's Hall is in Dormishire and for people who are innately magical to hone their skills. But just how, like, the Mages Guild is kind of like, uh, you have to, like, get someone to sponsor you, and then you start out as, like, a low level, and then you go higher and higher, and it, like, costs money because it's, like, a school. The Sorcerer's Hall, you do know, is similar. You know that much, that it's... but it's even more, um, exclusive because you have to have the innate ability to do magic in the first place.
Mm.
Like the innate sorcerer's pull of magic.
So what did
And I will
Isaac,
say,
how much do you know about the Sorcerer's Hall? Can I retcon something real quick? I think this whole
Yeah.
time, and I'm not saying this is necessarily meant to trick anybody, but I think this whole time she would have been saying my brother's family instead of my family. Like,
okay,
again, because she did reveal it was her brother's last name. Technically, she's distancing herself. But, like, you guys can make whatever assumptions you want on that. But I think the whole time she wouldn't, because I was struggling to figure out how she would have addressed it, and she wouldn't have said my family. She would have said my brother's
Yeah.
family. Or just the Crimson Heels. Like, she's distancing herself from it when she says it. So
Totally
just for the record, she has not actually admitted out loud that they're her family. But
you just know that she's being super sketch about her last name.
Yeah, like, I think at this point, I don't need to make a deception check thing, because she revealed that, like, we can be smart here.
Yeah, it was revealed without being
Yeah,
said.
so she is not admitting it, but I think you guys are allowed to have the insight that, yeah, she's clearly related to these people somehow.
Yeah.
But anyway, but she does not claim any part of it. So yeah.
I think with that 15, Kate, you also do know that, like, whereas the Mages Guild is known as, like, the mages, like, the library, that the Sorcerer's Hall is known as like the Crimson Hall. And Zahara, even with a 9, right?
It becomes a 10. I have a plus.
Oh, okay, even definitely with a 10, because you would spend time in uh with Gale,
Mhm.
um, which was you would sometimes like walk into more of the market and stuff, and there was always this. Wait, actually, didn't actually Cade and Zahara, you guys do recognize the Crimson Hall because you went to a bar there in Dormishire while Estrella
Hey.
was hiding.
Oh,
Estrella went and perched somewhere,
Oh right, I forgot you went to a bar
and they
in
went
the
to a
source in
bar
the yeah.
in the Crimson Hall.
That did
So it's
happen.
this
Yeah.
bougie, upscale part of town that you literally have to walk upstairs to get to. Um, and it has the Crimson Hall, which is like the Sorcerer's Guild. So you've seen the building, and then there's what looks like a mansion, which is some sort of housing, and then there is the bar you went to, which I had forgotten what the name was offhand, uh, but so you may not know too much about it. You know that it's a similar kind of scam as the uh Mages Guilds, where like you have to pay to get in anyway, and even then it's like you got a wait list for a couple years kind of thing. Um and you have to have innate magic, so it's even harder to get into. So you know it's very elitist, you know it's very bougie. Um and uh I will say with a 15, you also know that historically, historically and solely, maybe not solely, but historically, as far as you know, um, the lead, the head of the Sorcerer's Hall, the head of the Crimson Hall, is uh, run by the Crimson Heel family, which is a family of well-known sorcerers who have just historically run.
Sorcered.
Yeah,
So yeah.
and kind of run everything.
So how much do you know about the Crimson Hall?
mostly surface level.
Right. But you recognize the name, my brother's last name. That was
Yes,
tacked
your
on
your
and
brother,
definitely has nothing to do with me.
your brother's last
Yes.
name, and not your
No.
last name.
The Spark was the name of the
Ah, right,
bar.
right. Wait,
There's
that's
the library, the Sorcerer's Hall,
the Spark's
and then the
not
Spark.
Spex's bar, right?
No, that's the Gambler's
Right, right,
Gambit.
right. Okay. Well, yeah,
The Spark is
right. Because I never went to the
Rose.
Spark.
His last name is Rose. He's
Right.
a
Yes, I
drow.
remember. Jackson Rose was it? Maybe something
Yeah,
like that.
something. I wanted to say Jack,
Jack and Rose.
or something. No, I don't think it was
Jack.
that.
Well, I have the document.
Then I don't think it
Yeah.
was that because I don't think I feel like I would have made that joke already.
I mean, maybe you did.
I don't remember that. Anyway, maybe it is Jackson Rose.
It is Jackson Rose. I just looked it up.
It is
Yes.
great. I didn't mean to do that then.
Yep. Notes
Um,
about Jackson Rose. Definitely flirts with all the Crimson Heels, kids, parents, etc. As long as age appropriate.
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, as long as age appropriate. That was.
He's that like flirty, like, but also like kind of big brothery
That is
vibe.
what it says. Anyway, so, um, so she says, but you have heard my brother's last name, the name that was tacked on after his first name on that, you know.
Again,
Generally,
Elaborate.
where a last name comes.
Well-
last names
Well,
look.
yeah, it's just, it's just a name that was tacked on, not necessarily meaningful, but somehow related to him. Anyway, are you familiar with that name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, as the leaders of the Crimson Hall, who
Mm-hmm.
definitely didn't name it after themselves.
Um, it
But
is the area of the town. This is my mistake. The area of the town is the Crimson Letters.
right, yeah, I thought it had a
The thing
fancier
is
name.
still the Sorcerer's Hall. That was my so
Yeah.
Sorcerer's
Okay.
Hall is correct.
Okay.
The area of
The
town is
Crimson
called the
Letters.
Crimson
Yeah.
Letters.
Okay. Crimson
It's
Hall
also the
named
only
after the Crimson
library in
Heels. I was
Yorkshire.
just really.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
it's still the Sorcerer's Hall, but it is the Crimson
That's its
Letters is the
nickname is the
area.
Crimson Hall. Um,
Yeah,
but anyway,
might as
yeah.
well.
So the Sorcerer's Hall. So okay. So essentially, the way it works, it's very similar to the Mages Guild in the sense that there is an Ascended, there is an Arch, right? The Ascended is the highest in the guild.
Yes, the Ascended is
No,
the
I'm
highest.
I'm not pausing. I
Oh,
know
okay.
this. I'm just yeah. The Arch is is their second essentially, who is kind of sent out on assignment often. Um, so the thing is that over the last 800 or so years, the Arch, which basically means the Ascended, but the Arch has been coming. I mean, most likely under the Ascended's direction, to the Dark Isle, to the volcano, which doesn't have a real name, but whatever, to try to steal the heart. And so the reason I bring this up is because if that is continuing, if that is a trend that is continuing now, that would mean that the current Ascended and the current Arch are probably still doing that, and I wouldn't put it past them exactly as much as I wish I could. So, there's a good chance that that's going to be a problem. Just, for some background on the situation of who is trying to, like, de-heart the god.
And are you related to the people that are trying to de-heart the god?
Oh,
It just feels like it's going to be an issue
oh,
when we inevitably run into these people.
As you're thinking this, the cheeks, the color, bright red.
Well, I mean, I'm
Not like with
ten,
embarrassment, but like
but I'm not. But define related.
You define related.
I'd rather not. Let's just say we have a complicated history.
no.
Were you like stolen or something?
In ways.
No, Kate, that's my character's backstory from our other campaign.
I don't know what else is adjacent to being related.
Yep, right.
Well, I, maybe it's
Goodness.
complicated.
So you're related, you just want to disown yourself.
But I didn't make that choice. That wasn't my. That doesn't matter. It's not. It is not.
You've been
It
disowned
doesn't.
already.
It's not important how my relationship, whether it exists or not, with these people is irrelevant to the situation.
Uh-huh.
Except in which case they see me, in which case then there's a problem, but they're not going to, so we don't need to talk about that.
They could.
No.
I mean, you can just disguise yourself,
I-
right? Like,
Always. So, I didn't describe what Estrella's wearing right now. She's obviously she got up this morning and put on a disguise. She wouldn't be walking around here looking like herself. It just with all the retconning and
Like a
all of that, I
ragamuffin.
didn't think about it. But
Did she? But my
Yeah, I know.
biggest question is, did she look like herself when she got here?
she was walking through. I guess she wouldn't have known when. That's a fair point. I guess she wouldn't. She would have had to because she was walking. She was like going. Yeah, no. After all the fighting and all that, she wasn't gonna just disguise herself in the middle of the cave. She didn't know when they were getting out of the cave, so yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
still, I think
did
it's
she-
not a heavy disguise. I just think she's like in. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think strongly about this. It's just that it's unusual for her not to be in disguise. But I guess she's not in disguise.
I know,
Yeah.
but if she got in disguise and then after, you would not have gotten a lot of information because they would not have been sure where you came from,
That's fair.
and they would not have treated you the
Well,
same
again,
way.
these people are so trusting, though. So I think this would be her testing them. But anyway, no, I guess.
Well,
she's-
she could do that. We can retcon
no,
that.
No, no,
can
no.
go
That
back,
we
we can
would be
do a flashback
retconning
and
this
see what happens.
entire episode. So no.
No. I'm saying there would be a flashback to before you even got to this
No,
point.
but she's
so by
going.
the time
I
you got
think
to this point,
she's
you'd
definitely
be fine.
100%. Even if I forget to say it, she's gonna be in disguise when they leave, when they head to the other island.
Okay.
So she's
I will-
not in
I will
disguise
make a
right
note of
now.
that.
I'll just say that's not the thing. It's fine because she did accidentally show. That's why she hates it here and wants to leave as soon as possible. Is because she feels very uncomfortable in every way. But anyway, she'll definitely.
Oh, also,
But
I will remind you that you have new markers, so when you are in disguise, you can let us know.
right, yes, true. Except that I have to remember. But yes.
Yeah, I know.
But so that's.
But on
I'm saying it now so that it won't be retconning later. Like she will be putting on a disguise when they get on the dinosaur or whatever they're doing to get the serpent. I mean, to get...
When they get on the
the
dinosaur.
dinosaur.
Anyway, no, she says,
Please.
well, yes, obviously I will be, but that's the and since it is it's a analog disguise, it's probably a little bit more. It doesn't matter. The point is there are some people that we don't want to mess with, is what I'm getting at. Like, these are not just your run-of-the-mill sort of, like, low-level mages who maybe we could take down if we get all, like, mad at them because, oh no, they're flaying a god, blah, blah, blah. No, we should not fight them. If it comes to that, that would be a bad choice on our part.
you're saying we need to be smart and sneaky about this.
Yes. If I've learned anything in my life, yes. Anyway,
Are they people that we could, like, utilize you as a weakness?
well, I wouldn't know why that would work. They're not related to me at all. But no. You mean what? Are you suggesting you turn me over? Is that what things have come to?
Well, I mean, turn you over. Are they
No.
looking for you? I meant like, they'd be happy to see their not child
No.
or sister.
No. I'm gonna go with a no on that. They'd probably be very upset to see someone they have no relationship to.
Wouldn't we all?
Yes. So, um, that being said, but I mean, it really just depends on exactly the situation we run into. They probably wouldn't be there. What are the odds that they'll be there when we're there, right? It's like fairly low. I mean, they've only shown up a few times the last 1,000 years, basically. So, like, probably they've got a lot going on right now. So, like, the odds that they're in
Your ancestors are
town.
1,000-year-old.
No, I know people from the Sorcerer's Hall. My ancestors
Ah,
would, not mine.
The
The
name. The
name.
name goes
People,
back that
yeah,
like
the archers of the last 1,000 years have just been sort of
right.
visiting and getting mad and having people killed in accidents. Not that the current ones do that. We have no proof that the current ones have done that. But the current ones have probably done that. Honestly, I don't.
Great.
I wouldn't assume otherwise. Um, as we all do. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. That was a dumb question. Yeah. So like, there's like the smallest itty bitty little chance that perhaps someone is there trying to mine a an elemental heart that would kill the god and make them into a god, and then they'll be so powerful and probably. I don't really know what the point of that would be. Like, what do you do at that point? Like,
Whatever you want,
yeah, but what would
honestly.
anybody want? That's why I don't understand power hungry people. But anyway, um, yeah, so like that would be like a problem that we would have to just give up if that happened, probably. Just go on a merry
Great.
way and say, oh well, we've got a new god, I guess. Cool. All hail, goodbye.
All hail, goodbye.
And yeah, and then I'll probably just leave. So, just as a warning, in case that happens. But what are the again? Probably they're not gonna be there. No one of the Crimson Heel family will be there because like there's just there's like a whole apocalypse happening that they have to deal with. So why would they be there now? Why would they be there? Probably causing all of the problems
I
in
mean,
the
a god
world.
could also probably stop the apocalypse.
Hmm?
A god could probably
Right.
stop
It's
the apocalypse just as easy as they could start one.
sure. What are you saying that they've succeeded and or they should succeed? I don't know what that.
Nar, but that
Nar.
nar,
Nar.
nar.
I
I
never take
can't.
it seriously.
I can never take a seat. Nar, Clear! Condensation. Well, I don't think they would give up.
Right.
Because yeah, apocalypse, we're all gonna die.
Uh-huh.
So you're either gonna die or you're gonna get this heart.
Right. Oh no, I'm not saying
So
they would have given up. I'm just being like, they've got a lot of leading to do and fighting of other gods and such. So maybe the mining efforts are not. They're probably not the reason we lost contact with the Dark Isles or like the reason for all the problems with Horta. That's probably just all. It's all fine. It's probably fine. So everything when we get to the volcano, everything's gonna be hunky dory.
right.
Um,
Sienna, what time of day is it in the game?
Now? Hmm. Um, I believe it is probably about early afternoon.
Early afternoon, so like 1.
Yeah, like two. I would say like more like two.
Okay, so like mid-afternoon.
Yeah, I guess that's mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Depends on what time of year it is.
True.
True.
What time of year is it, Sienna?
Well, it
When?
gets dark. It does get dark early here because it's always kind of dark. So I guess more we'll bump it back up to it's around 1. Shan,
What
you heard
time
that?
does it get dark then in the game?
We're gonna say like at peak winter here, so like
5?
4.
4?
Okay, I would like to recon and say
That you
for
told Mila by 4.
By dark.
yeah,
Just by
That
dark.
by dark, that's fine.
by dark, yeah, by dusk,
Oh.
back by dusk.
Right, so anyway, to make a long story short, there are spies also over on the other island, that were sent by, or that like here, and they're like sacrificing themselves to give their like their
Oh,
elemental lifeblood or whatever to, or their skin, I don't know, to Horta to like keep the mining operation from working over the last 900 years. She's like, that's a very slow mining operation. It's really, how big is this heart? It's like, oh, I don't, that's fascinating. But anyway, so we might want to perhaps be on the lookout for them, but also maybe don't ever, just in general, as a general rule, don't cite my brother's last name as a relation to anyone you know. Just, because they probably wouldn't like that. But they might be might be someone who would be on our side over there. They're called the pumice scryers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like the pedicure thing.
so like just to watch rocks.
Yeah, I asked about the name too. I don't. Apparently they're scrying on rocks. I don't know, but
Or to basically avoid the Crimson Heels.
yes, always.
Uh, on its score the good guys
Yes.
and
Well,
full of
that's what
spots.
it seems. Yes. Yes. So
Are they?
that's about all. Just like generally some fun facts to share. Um, any questions? No? Okay, goodbye.
No, okay, goodbye.
We we should probably stock up for the trip and prepare for tomorrow. Uh, gotta get an early start.
Yes. I think
I'm
yeah.
gonna I'm
Estrella's
gonna
going
fashion.
to ask someone, like, if they know what people wear over on the dark island, like, on the other island. Like, do they.
Of the dark.
Just any idea if they dress similarly? Like, I know they don't have much information, but, like, maybe she'll get an
Yeah.
outfit from here just to kind of blend in a little better.
Um,
Because obviously she's not dressed
yeah.
like she's from the area. So,
You who do you think you ask?
I guess my best friend.
You ask Squall?
Sure.
I'm actually because while you guys were talking, I'm actually working on
Best
Squall.
friend.
um,
Cool.
um, so you go to Squall and he says, or they say, um, well, let's see. I mean, I guess the people over there, um, as far as we would assume, wear a lot of mining gear, uh, jumpsuits and all that.
Oh.
Um, a lot of times the pumice scryers, anyone who's in years past have gone over to aid in that effort, tend to wear all black to blend in with the rocks.
Hmm.
Makes it easier to blend
Is there somewhere
with
I
the.
could borrow such an outfit? That just sounds like such nice fashion. I'd love to see an example of it. Yeah,
You can buy uniforms um
great.
down
Okay.
in down at the loam.
Okay, thank you. I will
You're welcome.
be doing that. Okay.
And the loam is just in general where the markets are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and by market is another again. A market is a loose term. It's like everything's free because they just give each other things.
That's what
But
I figured. So I can't even steal
We don't
anything because they just give it away. Where's the fun in that? Yeah, so Estrella is.
do you say that in front of Squall?
No, I say that to the others.
shall we
Estrella's not trying
get
to
some
insult her new best friend.
Her only
Yeah.
friend.
Um, so yeah, Estrella heads to the loam, I guess, to go buy
The
some
loam.
a jumpsuit. Like,
Zahara's also
It's not a jumpsuit. You'll see. So I don't have a map for this, but so as you guys, I guess you all kind of
are
walk
we all
over to
going
the
to the
loam.
loam?
Yeah.
Um
we loam over to the loam.
yeah.
That's a word, right?
Um
To loam. That's a thing, right?
I
I
don't
think
know
it
about that.
is.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
it's
don't
a
know.
word.
I don't
Maybe
know
I'm
about
just
that. But
wrong. Loam.
uh so you guys walk over to the loam
Okay, it
and
is
it's pretty
not.
much set up like a
What word am
marketplace.
I
There's
thinking
like
of?
tents and stuff. And they're all more less like they're kind of tented, but like it's mostly permanent structures, not like tents that need to be taken down. So they're more like pavilions, I guess, like little pavilions. Um, you see one for like weaponry, armor. You see like a smaller area with like some artifice gadgets. Um, and you see um there is like uniforms. Most of the like normal uniforms are well, I think actually um Squall would have told you this that uh because the only people that wear those like black uniforms are the pumice scryers, and really only when they're going over there. It's not like they're just for like you can have them, but but they're not just out on display because not everybody needs them. So they say um you're going to want to ask Raxius for some sets. Um they'll be able to get you pairs in your size.
X.
And
Uh,
as you're leaving the library, you see that Braxius is still watering plants in the greenhouse, so you can ask them that. Um
okay. Hi.
Hi. Kade, how's the neck feeling?
Where's my neck? Fine.
Good. Yeah. It
Great.
maybe feels a little sore because you did have like a pearl kind of
Mm.
being dug into your neck while you had it on for like 2 days.
Joker.
Feels great.
So
Hmm.
all right. What can I do for you?
We were in the market for some new outfits to sort of blend in with the environ. Uh,
You're looking for I'm assuming you looked through the Pumice Scryer records.
Why would you assume that?
No reason, Miss Lafrell. Um,
No, you don't get to do that. Why? What?
I'm
What
sorry,
do you
Vanessa.
know?
Did I
What?
do something?
Yes.
That was the name that.
Vanessa.
I know.
No, I just saw Kate, like pantomime. Um,
Whatever. Yes.
the things you place into that basket have, can tell a great story, and so yes, we know a bit.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Um, but so if you're looking for Pumice Scryer uniforms, I can get your sizes and have them delivered to the Soggy
Wow.
Lantern. That was
Yeah.
me not being able to say that
Yeah.
word. It sounded like something that should have been able to have like an apostrophe in it. Lantern.
Latin.
And I was like, that's lantern.
You
Lantern.
just speak like Lemmy on Lemmy show, and like half the words that you say will just be unintelligible. It's fine.
Yeah. Lantern. Um, I can have
Excellent.
those sent over to the Soggy Lantern.
Excellent.
Right. Um, anything else I can do for you? Kade, are you gonna be wanting that choker back? We have our artificers looking at it.
No, thank you.
I would like to go over
I'd like
to
it.
whoever has weapons.
Why?
You want a cursed item?
Well, no. I just think that leaving cursed items places feels like irresponsible. But yeah, I don't want anyone near me
I mean,
personally.
we have artificers here that can
Fine.
make use of the parts and. But if you would like it,
I have a
it's
question.
yours.
When Kade did the voice,
Hmm.
did any of us recognize it? I don't remember if we were around, but
I don't think you were around. I think you used it once.
yeah. Well, we talked
Remember,
about
I
it.
did the Valley Girl
Yeah, I
voice
know.
to somebody.
You did it to Brax, but
That's
to
right!
Braxis, but I didn't know if we had tested this out.
No one. No, you guys.
I
weren't
mean,
around.
yeah, but I figured at some point in
I
time
probably would
you
have.
would've-
We just didn't do it like
yeah,
on stream.
because of all
Okay.
the time. Like I'm
Um,
wondering if
And it was like a Valley Girl voice.
yeah, it
or
was a
something,
Valley Girl
right?
voice, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it was a
just
Valley Girl
out of-
voice.
Because we literally just hadn't talked
yeah,
about
we
it
kind of forgot it
until.
existed. But like
Um,
I'm just wondering in retrospect if because Estrella knows a lot of people, you know, like if she recognized the voice because I forgot to ask that, but it's like entirely possible.
No.
Okay, so it's not a okay. Then Estrella has zero desire to own a cursed item. She doesn't like magic. We know this. So,
Yeah.
Never mind. She didn't say that.
okay.
I would like to make my way over to where the weapons are and potions.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a potion stand as well. What are you looking for as far as weapons?
I want to know if they have any like special trick arrows, like arrows that have like like a grappling thing attached to it, or like one of the like arrows where you shoot it and then it also like it shoots out a net, or like arrows that like are flaming arrows, things like that.
I will. You can do. I don't see why they wouldn't have these things, so I'm just going to say that they do. I'll get back to you on. Oh, they're free. So
I was gonna say you really want to say that when they're free, that they just have to exist.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Roll me just a luck check.
I'm not gonna roll that die. I think that die is gonna go in.
Also, you're gonna have to invent the stat blocks for those because they don't exist in the DM's guide.
Yeah, I know.
So.
I mean, it's easy enough. Usually, it's just like whatever piercing damage, and then like because like with the bone naga tooth, arrow I have. It's regular piercing plus 1d4 poison. Like,
Well, sure for for a flaming arrow, but if it's got a grappling thing and a net and all of that, that's a little more complicated.
God damn it! Like a 6. I even changed my die. I don't think I've rolled above a 10.
Then you know what? They do have the fire ones. They have some elemental arrows, but no grappling or net.
Okay, I'll take some
Are
fire
they
arrows.
just
Then. How many do
ever
they have?
flaming?
No, they would have to be lit, but they have, instead of it being, they are essentially the ones that you saw in the arena in the slate, where they have like a little beanbag on the end. Except the beanbag in these particular ones are made with um, like more flammable material to try and to kind of almost like a little fire starter on the end of an arrow.
For flavor, when I shoot it, can I just like shoot out a tiny little like throat spark of my lightning to light it on fire?
Yeah, because that's sick as hell.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And how many do they have?
And I'll say yeah, they have well, so they have fire. They probably
I'll say
have
Zahara probably doesn't want to take all of them. Like,
yeah.
just like a.
I'm gonna say that they probably give them out in like a bundle of 5.
Okay. So I'll get like one bundle of 5.
Yeah. Or you could mix and match and have like one arrow of different elements.
Oh, there's different elements.
Yeah, I think that they probably have. I don't think they have a freezing one because a freezing one would have to be frozen. But I do think that they have a metal type that can conduct electricity.
Ooh.
I remembered the word.
What?
Sorry, I just remember when I said loam, and I thought it was a verb.
Yeah.
I was thinking of lope. That was the word I was trying to think of. Anyway, go
on. But aren't regular arrows like tipped with like some kind
Yeah, but this is like the whole arrow is like a bolt of metal.
Gotcha. So that would, because it's a conductor, it would do lightning damage?
Yeah, is what I'm going to say.
Gotcha.
You would have to have. I'm going to say that for these, you would have to have some, because this is a very elemental place. A lot of these things are meant to be wielded by people that have some sort of elemental abilities. So like the fire is easy enough because you can just light it. Freezing, if you had something that could freeze, you get it to work. Since you have a breath weapon, I'll say that you have the elemental ability to make it like a lightning bolt or lightning arrow. I mean, Shan.
Did we lose them?
I think we lost them.
Nope.
Or they're really thinking hard about
really
that.
Thinking hard about it.
It's very focused right now.
Well, anyway, we are getting to the end of.
We are
not getting to. It is the end, but.
Oh, they're back.
Okay.
I never even left. I mean, on my
You
end.
froze. You froze.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm here. Okay, cool. So I can do the lightning and the fire, arrows, but like that's pretty much all I can do with my breath weapon, right? Like I can't really do any other elements.
Yeah, unless you would have like if you had like from your druidic side, if you had some sort of other elemental based spell, I would allow you to like have the innate magic within you that you'd be able to do something with another kind of arrow, but unless you do.
Water! I'm just kidding. Okay, I think I also have produce flame too, so like even if the breath weapon like I can make
But
5.
that just sounds sick. So,
Yeah.
a
A flavor. Okay,
do you
so
take
I'll get
5
this.
of each,
Um.
or like
Oh, wait,
3
that's
of
a
one,
fairy fire.
2 of the other?
Um.
Because remember, I don't make you count regular arrows, but special arrows I'm gonna make you count.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Okay, I'll take 1 bundle of each then, as long as it wouldn't be cleaning them out, because she doesn't want to
No, you.
clean them out.
There's plenty.
Hey, okay. So we got 5 lightning arrows and 5 fire arrows.
Yeah. And then you can also pick up like restock your regular arrows, which again I don't make you count, but that would be story-wise.
Cool, I do that.
Potions, I'll let you know next time in case they have any fun potions. I'll figure that out.
Okay, but for healing potions though.
They'll definitely have healing potions. Roll me a 2 people roll me D10.
Somebody that's not me.
D6.
I've been rolling bad.
I rolled a 5.
5? Okay, so there's 5 potions of regular healing. Someone roll me another one.
What number is that? 4.
4 potions of superior
Greater.
healing? Greater. God. And then you know what? Roll me 1 more, but we'll make this one a D4.
Okay, I guess I should, so that... Whack. 2.
And there are 2 potions of superior healing. That's the next one, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, how are we divvying these up?
You're taking all of them?
Are we?
How much are each? How much is regular greater?
So,
Regular greater is 44 plus. But nope, 2d4 plus 4.
I mean, cost.
Oh, they're free.
Oh,
These are all free. But
is it rude
if you're
to just
taking them
take
all,
of
you'd be
them?
clearing them out.
Oh yeah, that feels rude.
yeah. I think
yeah, I don't wanna-
Estrella has just stayed at the edge of this marketplace because she does not trust herself to not just take everything. And she's like, no, I'm going to not go there. In fact, I'm just going to go back to get the uniforms and leave. So
Should we each take 1 potion of regular healing, 1 potion of great healing, and just take only 1 out of the 2 ultra healing?
ultra healing.
I couldn't remember.
You can the person who's manning that like stand says, we do need the regulars and the greaters for, injuries that happen during sparring and all that. But we rarely have use for the superiors. They're just harder to make, so we have less of them. But we know what you guys are about, so feel free to take them.
We know what you're about. Okay, so we'll each take 1 of the regular, 1 of the greater, and then we'll take both of the superior.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that is where we are going to end for tonight.
Wait, before you end, because we have
Yes.
3 people and 2 superior healing potions. Who wants to hold on to them?
Maybe you guys should keep the superior because I have healing magic.
True.
That makes sense.
Cool.
Okay. I can take a healing spell if we feel like we need. Well, I mean, we have a bunch of potions, so I feel like we're probably fine now. I have some other spells that I stocked that I think could come in handy. So
we have.
Yeah.
So I have one of each. Is that correct? Just so that I have in my
Yes.
notes what's going on.
yeah. And then I also have one of each. I already had like a couple of regular healing potions, so I just added to that. And then Kate
They have
gets
supreme potions of healing.
The Supreme, what the next
Yep.
one is?
After superior.
Oh,
like 10d4.
Oh,
right?
after
10d4
superior.
plus 20.
Yeah.
That's so much. I have to add new categories for my counts on here. Okay. Superior, superior, supreme. So intense. Okay.
And then depending on how much time is left in the day, I'd like to make more of the poison arrows using like the poison fangs / teeth that I got from the bone naga and the face spiders. But I don't know how much like time is left in the day or how long it would take to make them.
I feel like that can be a next week problem. Or 2 weeks
Yeah,
from now, whatever.
I'll try to look back and see if I remember if I told you like a time that it, like an amount that it takes.
Cool.
Yeah,
that'll be a next time.
Yeah.
Just so I don't forget.
All right. Well, is there any closing remarks?
Well, it seems like so you guys head. We'll end it here with you guys head back towards the Soggy Lantern, and we'll say by this point it's starting to get dark. And Mila is inside.
Good. With Ruby, I'm assuming, or is Ruby like hanging out outside?
Ruby's like hanging out, yeah, like up on this like at the top, kind of on the roof, looking out for you.
Gonna give her a bit of jerky.
She catches it. And do you leave? Did you leave Monty in the Mesa greenhouse?
Yeah.
Are you keeping him there while you guys are there, or do you go and get him at the end of the day? Because there's still the like Globies tank in the Soggy Lantern.
I think I'm gonna get him at the end of the day, but I'm gonna like leave him there to soak up some rays and just kind of recharge.
He's there. They watered him while he was there too, and like, and you see like you come in to get him, and you see him waddling around, and he's talking to these plants. You just see like, oh yeah, we've had the craziest time. It's just been like, we were underground for like 3 days. I almost died. I was so brown, but now these bees are really cool. Oh, hey, Z!
Hey, Monty, you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. You see that his leaves are starting to
You're
get
looking
back
much
their
greener.
color. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot greener too.
Chlorophyll, am I right? I don't know why I said it like that. But...
Yeah. You know, everybody says I'm weird, but you're weird too sometimes.
I ain't gonna argue against that.
So you guys then come back to the Soggy Lantern. You guys all have dinner, and Angelina, you know, lets you guys upstairs, and you settle down for the night. Zahara, you could be working on some of your bows, some of your arrows. And
I have one arrow. I just shoot all my bows from it. Reverse bow and arrow. Reverse archery.
And that is where we will leave you guys. Before the tavern like closes down for the night, Braxius comes back and delivers the uniforms to you guys. and delivers like a few extra sets in case you guys have room for them, so that you don't feel like you have to wear the same thing. Guide the raid. Who's streaming right now? Lost Arts is streaming. Yeah, let's do a raid.
Woo! How does that?
Yeah,
Three
you
people.
know I
How
don't know how to.
how does-
I don't know how to do that.
Kate does.
I can do it.
Yay! Kate knows how to do things.
I mean, I don't know what there is to raid. There's no viewers except you. So.
I'll stay.
Okay.
I usually will stay and
Flash raid
Raid.
space the
Where's
lost.
all my shit?
Oh, I also want to do a scene with Mila, but we can do that next time.
okay. Well, while Kate's figuring it out, is it something quick?
No, it's more like RPing.
Oh, that's what he was trying to write.
Yeah. / raid
Yeah.
space. Yeah. No, I mean I can't.
didn't
What I'm saying is
understand.
I can't do that from OBS. I don't think, but Kate can do it from Twitch.
Yeah.
All right, we will write that for next time.
That work? Hey.
Yeah. I
Woo.
love that it says Caitlin the Ninth
Okay.
used Raid,
Yeah.
the Lost Arts. It was
It's
super
super
effective.
effective.
Like a Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, we know Pokemon.
We do know Pokemon.
Okay. All right, that's it then. I just hit.
All right,
alrighty.
Do
I'm
I
hitting
hit
right now,
stop
this is too
now?
long.
I don't know. When do I get to hit stop? Okay, I think it's gone.
I
It's over.
think we're good
Okay.
now.